tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you? The weight of you, of my shoulders. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you? The weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need another man. Tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you? The weight of you, of my shoulders. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you? The weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need another man.
Rise up from the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens. Gotta let go to see the magic happen. They got us a quick change, so we like them in phase. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope boys are having a wonderful, beautiful evening. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. We got more duels up and running underway. Let's have some fun today. Boys, yo, what's good? What's up? Chrysler, Celtic, Sebastian Gaming, Jace, Karan, FaZe. We got ourselves the boy skills. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Let me pin it real quickly. Let me pin that real quickly. Boys, today we got the Duels Day. So, let's have some fun. NA, we actually get to play today. Isn't it fantastic? Finally, NA gets to play today. Oh, it's loud. A little loud. Is this loud enough for you guys? Is that about where I have it? Because I've been turning it up a little bit louder in my head, so I can't think of it less, dude. I don't know why I like this song so much, dude. It's such a good stream starter song. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just the theme music for like the stream. I don't know why, dude. I'm a fan. How y'all doing? I want to say Chill Pills. I don't think we'll be seeing Chill Pills in a while, boys. Chill Pills has had some IRL stuff that he's been having to work with. So I don't think we'll be seeing Chill Pills anytime soon. Yeah. So, oh man, it's good. Yo, what's up, Sebastian? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. You mind if I stream these duels? Kind of would like to see my viewers also recognize you at the same time. Like if you stream while you compete in the duels. Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to. You can do whatever you wanna. You wanna record your side of the duels in the 5v5 competition and just post it as a video. You guys are more than welcome to. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are more than welcome to. Do your thing. You have some skills, challenges, skills in the guild mechanical challenge. Why though? You hanging out with Flex over there, dude? What up, man? What up, my boy? Alrighty, boys. Let's get into them duels for 5v5 1v1s. You gotta thank me, Billy. What do you mean? You don't gotta thank me, dude. Do your thing. Do you, man. Do you. Can see that the juicy beard is good. Yeah, that's so Sebastian. The beard, bro. It's my beard. I work on the whiskers. The beard is just there. You know what I mean? Like, I really do want to grow the beard out, though. I really do want to look like a lumberjack, or rather, like a homeless lumberjack. I really want to grow it out, like, I don't know. Like, think of monks who shave the head and everything. I want to do the opposite of that. Just really let the forest grow. You know, just see how much of a tangled mess can we make it. How expansive can this thing go, right? That's what I really want to get into, dude. Right, Rumble boys. Here we got ball with 5 or 4 out of 5 rather. We need one more group over on the NA and we're good to go, boys. We need a second group for the duels and we are good to go. What's up, Don? How you doing, my man? Hello, Don. What's up, Sap? How you doing, my guy? Hope you are having a good one. Are we gonna have flexing put in group together with Bald, or then we're gonna make separate groups? That's the question. Look, Kulturen Dal. I kind of do like the look of the Kulturens though. Those boys do look kind of clean, not gonna lie. Honestly, my favorite allied race I've ever added, because you know what? They just have had a weird different skeleton that made them look like NPC, and they had like a unique look. You know, a big old belly, burly, big old stashes, all that jazz. And then we're like, you know what? Playable race. I actually was surprised because I thought Xandas, they basically took the Night Elf and heavily modified it. I could see that as a playable race. As for Kulturens, I was like, dude, that's an old skeleton. I don't think it's gonna happen. And then they made it happen either way. And it's like, no way. Because those guys are basically brand new. They're not modified off of anything, I don't think. Kulturens are literally their own new skeleton and everything fresh. They're not even an allied race. They are like, I guess like they're humans. But like they have their own skeleton and everything else is unique. I don't think it's borrowed from anything else. Which I thought like maybe they're like borrowed from pandas. You know, pandas all big and burly. They're kind of big and but no, it's like everything is unique. Which is kind of cool. Which, okay, let's go, boys. We need more culture customization shops in 915. I'm not against it. You know what? Hey, if they're starting off with the Lightforge, the Nightborn, we're getting some of the stuff that they should have had from the beginning. If they add Kulturen customizations at a later time, I'm okay with. If they just want to go one at a time, I'm fine with that, honestly. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess, yes, they should add more. But, like, doing, if... I don't know. Am I the weird one here? That's like, I feel like they shouldn't do too many at a time. Is that weird? I mean, of course, it's like they should add a lot more for all of them. I agree with that. But like just for patch 915, if they're just focusing on making Nightborn right and Lightforge right and whatever other stuff they added for Void Elves, like if they just focus on bits, I feel like when they focus on one at a time, we get quality. But I feel like if they were to like add a bunch of them, then it would be a lot of like the copy paste stuff, right? When they did a lot of the Shadowlands stuff, there was a lot of unique stuff, but then there were a lot of some copy paste stuff as well added from like, oh, these guys got it, let's give it to these guys as well. Haircut option, hair color, there's a copy and paste it over. There were some like overlaps, but when they're just focusing on one, they add unique stuff altogether. Listener Horde, separate groups or together. If you guys listen to separate groups, then we might be able to get some up and running. That'll work out. That'll be pretty nice. We just need 2 groups, boys. 2 groups are ready to go for duels, and we're good to go. Alliance or Horde doesn't really matter. As long as we get 2 groups, and we're good to go with some duels over on the NA. By the way, me and Cran have been hanging out in PTR quite a bit, exploring a lot of it. They didn't add a lot of like the big class changes just yet, but the stuff they added was actually pretty cool. We need the Snake Boys Allied race. I'm not against that either. Yeah, Sethrak, those guys are pretty unique. I don't really know how they'll be able to reincorporate them back, or like which faction would they join, but that'd be cool, yeah. And the Mage got Seavark play today. Yo, we'll see, man. Maybe Seavark will pop on tonight. That'd be cool too. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll see him tonight. That'd be pretty neat. But yeah, me and Cred be hanging on PTR. They really up the questing experience on there, dude. I like it. Me and Cred leveled for about 2 levels, just doing bonus objectives on the map. And now I miss bonus objectives. I want him to return. Bonus objectives is the most amount of XP for the least amount of effort. It's actually so good, and it gives you renown. So I've been doing some of the daily stuff today. I've done the daily Torghast, because they added a daily Torghast thing you can do on PTR, which gives you renown, or has a chance to give renown per boss you kill. Gives you soul ash, quite a bit of it. Research for the box, if that's what you want to do, which would be nice. Once your character gets max level, you got to do Torghast. At least you got a bunch of research stuff upgraded already. But the experience from it, like the XP in Torghast, it's a very, very small. It's very, very low. I remember back on the Shadowlands Alpha and Beta, you could do Torghast an actual level, like a single run of Torghast, as far as you could go. It could give you like a full level by the end of it. Like a single, like, what is it? 18 floors that you would run, basically, which is what it was back then, not the current version, which is like only 6 or something like that. But like, you would do like 18 floors, and you basically get a 1 ball worth of, like 1 XP, or enough XP worth a level. And I wish they would like either up the daily reward XP, like the daily quest to get on Torghast on PTR, so then it feels worth it, or maybe like add it so mobs actually drop legit XP. So if you wanted to go like a full clear Torghast run, and I think they should actually take a step forward in that, right? So Torghast has like a scoring system, like don't get hit by traps, you get score. Clear the full room, you get score. Free every soul, you get score. Save a bit of Phantasma, you get score. What if they added that instead of the score, or maybe together with the score, you gain XP for every one of the objectives you accomplished? So like, the better you play in Torghast, the more experience you gain. So if you just want to get in there just to get soul ash, you can. Or if you like put effort, you get more experience out of it. I think that'd be cool as hell. Looking for one team, 4 out of 5. Let's go, boys. You guys looking for one more over on the Horde. If you guys want to join in for the NA 5V5 1v1 Duels. Also, I gotta play around with the Warcraft Scramble. It's a fun brawl. Go to player versus player premium group, custom PvP, find the group top number 5 in the search, hit enter, and you'll see a group available right now with Bald as well as Flexing, looking for a 5th on their team. We need a second group, by the way, if somebody wants to make one. Most of the skeletons and Kulturans are a mix of different races and slightly modified, as I know. Yeah, but like Zandalari, when they have the stand animation, combat animation, it's literally the Night Elf animation in quite a lot of ways, like a slightly modified, like the dances their own, some of the animations like of the like this neck thing they do is their own, like little things still do make me think of Night Elf stuff. Like the jump animation is different, but like the combat animation, the stances is Night Elf. But Kulturans, I don't know who did they draw from. It's not as easy. I don't really know who, because like the way the stand is, like they're kind of, at least the males, lean forward. If they have a 2-hander or 1-handers, they just kind of lean and keep the weapons on the sides. I don't know how many races. I think I guess humans themselves do, right? Humans kind of do that. So maybe they basically like took the normal human animations and just modified them, made them burlier. Maybe that's where they went. 5 Chicago with a 5-man. Let's go, boys. We just need one more for Flexing, and we're good to go, boys. And we're good to go. One more on the Horde, and we are ready. Let's get in here, boys. Get some NA duels up and running. Yo, so Chicago could just walk in and flame shock everybody down, dude. I was looking at some of the duels from last week. Chicago just flame shock. Couple of hits here and there, big storm strike proc out of nowhere, ghost wolves, and just the flame shock ticking away people. Like, it's just so good, dude. It is so good. Also on PTR, quick update, I'll probably need to make a separate video on it at some point, but you can actually switch covenants right now on PTR. I'll play Doomas this time. Play whatever you like, Chicago. Honestly, play whatever you enjoy, dude. If you want to switch it around and just to make sure nobody knows what you're going to be playing, nobody knows what your build is, you can switch around. Still not Chill Pills? I think Chill Pills is taking a, he has something going on IRL. He basically messaged me. I don't want to get into it because it's really, I'll let him, if he pops into the stream, if he wants to tell everybody what's going on, he can. He messaged me and said, IRL calling, I gotta go. Maybe I'll be back at some point. That's it. I might do the Frost Witch. Go for it. I actually seen some people run Frost Witch. I don't know if that one was that good. I remember that one being like really giga overtuned back on PT, back on like, or do a Flame Shock, or I might do. You know, I guess we don't know. I guess we don't know what build you're gonna run. But I remember that Frost Witch one was really good back in the like Shadowlands beta alpha, like really bursty damage. Before Enhance was like good, because the Enhance was really bad for a long while. Really bad. Like it was just, it didn't make any sense at all. It was just, it was not working out. Is there a mix between human, Draenei, Orc, and then modified? Human, Draenei, and Orc, really? That's actually kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. I want to see the Corsair female and Corsair female and human female. See what, like, if they look any different. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, I guess Orc would actually be kind of, maybe there's something in the jump animation or something in one of the other animations. Man, I need to take a look at them a little closer. But at the time, like, they didn't really remind me of anything. You know, Corsair just looked like their own thing. It didn't remind me of anything, but when you do close inspection, I guess the human ready animation and Corsair ready animation is kind of similar. I need to check about looks. So, is it that they took like the, I guess this is another question. This is more an in-depth one. I don't know if anybody would know. I wonder if the human, if the male Corsair had more of like a human male influence, while the female Corsair had more of like a female Orc influence. Either way, it's really hard to tell the differences or like similarities. At least for me, because I have a lot of those unique animations, like a lot of the new ones. Like if they did the skinny Corsairans, that's basically like, I mean, skinny Corsair is a female undead, like the skeleton, all the animations, everything. It's literally like copy paste, just a reskin. I mean, it looks good by itself. It looks good, but yeah. Need still one more for the horror team, boys. Join skills and LFG if you want to join it. Unless you're ready, there is. Unless you're ready, boys, join in. 5V5 1V1 Dalaran Gaming. You guys are more than welcome to join in. We need one more horde. We're good to go. 4 for Alliance. Is there? Wait, Christian, are you making a separate group or are you with Chicago, the Shaman? Yo, about drinking Dr. Pepper, dude? Hell yeah, dude. Let's go, man. But yeah, PTR, doing good. They did add a way for you to switch covenants anytime you want to. It's pretty cool. You still need renown on each covenant, but it is pretty cool. Like once you reach 80 renown, like the covenants are just letting me switch without like forcing me to do the quest. And it's kind of cool. Separate? Yo, let's go. We need one more in Alliance, boys, so we can have a 5th group, dude. I like the fact that we got like 3 groups that we can kind of rotate into one another. Let's go, man. Let's go, dude. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I cannot wait. I'm hoping next week they do the uncap AoE because I really want to test it. I really want to just run into like a big trash pack and Mythic Plus and just do big AoE damage. Just take all the classes that are hard capped in AoE and try to run like a 10 key with them uncapped. Just go for like big pulls and just big nukes. I really want to see how that feels. I want to get a feel for it, see what the damage is like. So I'd say some of the guildies would be interested in copying the characters over. If they could take maybe Zay, the Blood DK, because some of the Blood Death Knight abilities in AoE are getting uncapped. Actually, or maybe Atho would want to join us. Let me look at it. What are the abilities that are looking like they're going to get uncapped again? You know, more Alliance or Horde, by the way. One more Alliance or one more Horde if you guys want to find them. LFG. Go to Play vs Play Premium Group Custom PvP. In search tab number 5, hit Enter E, and then you see a group on Alliance or Horde. And then we're good to go, boys. Somebody 2 versus Chicago. Whoever's ready first, we'll toss you in. But in the list of the abilities that are thinking of taking off AoE, for Blood Death Knight Consumption, which I don't know who would play that, but maybe, and Bone Storm. I think Bone Storm would be fantastic. Beyond 8 targets, it would still keep doing damage and healing you. And healing you for 3% of maximum health every time he deals damage. So the damage would be really the best part. The heal would be kind of okay. Except Consumption strikes up to 8 enemies and reduces beyond that. And deals 40% attack power, physical damage, and heals you for 150% of the damage. So being uncapped That would actually be pretty good. And you can go for Abomination Limb, which he is playing Necrolord, so he would actually be able to get value off it. And I would probably try something between Phantom Knives or Sub Rogue. 5 out of 5 ready. Let's go, boys. Let's get in there, man. Let's go, dude. Yo, Christian Valdez, my man, do you have me added in reality? Because if you have me added in reality, whisper me with a group number. Working request failed. Is flexing the lead of the group, or is it bald? Chicago. Or do I put in flexing? Flexicurity, I think it was. Chula. Yo, 2 out of 5. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. 2 out of 5 easy. Transmog check. One on this guy. That's a decent mug. It's okay. I'll keep. This is fine. I think it's fine. Look, it's all matches. It's not a good mug, but it's a set. You know what I mean? Let's try Bald again. Bald and Chicago. Working request failed. Is it because of Bald's thing? Baldilocks. Is that what it is? What if it has skills? Wait. Does the name Skills have a special character? No, it doesn't. Wait, we can actually probably do it. Hold on. Skills and Chicago. No, it still doesn't work. Yo, flexing's lead. Okay. And flexing is just a flexing. Okay. I thought it was flexing cutie for some reason. And Chicago. There we go, boys. Now we got a group. Now we got a group, dude. I've been out of the WoW for a year because of work. But everyone in streams and all cool people make me want to come back. Yo, Tyler, my man, 915 would pretty prime opportunity to come back, honestly. I feel like the changes they're doing in 915 so far, on paper, sound fantastic. So far, I've been enjoying the PTR. Not everything is there yet, but if everything that they put up on paper... Oh, Steve Mark, we got Steve Mark in here. Let's go, dude. But if they continue with the good job they've been doing, I think 915 will be a prime opportunity to come back. And it's a 0.5 patch, so I don't think we'll be waiting too long for that one, but we'll see. We'll see. Bro, sad that chill pills alone makes me wanna DK again. I used to main, but I switched to Assassination Rogue. Yo, I think you'll like Death Knights. They're actually in a pretty good spot. I think if you PvP as a DK, you'll have a lot of fun. Rogue's also fantastic. Depending what class changes we get for both of them, we could be seeing like massive upgrades for both in terms of performance. But both of them are doing pretty good so far. Team Chicago and Mr. One both still gonna get it up and running either way. Switch. Team wants us. They already. We got ourselves Astro World as a Frost DK Fairlek as a Beastmaster on Flexing on Survival, Lazy Kid on the Feral, as well as skills on the Arms Warrior. It looks like Astro gonna be up versus Dark Seawork on the Shadow Priest, on the Necrolord Shadow Priest. Where's your flesh cut, by the way? Did it just disappear? Or is it there, but we just don't see it? Oh, it is there. That's kind of weird looking. We got Astro though, just popping it as a flash crafted full Frost DK with a big two-hander raid, chopping up Seamark, summoning. Oh, actually, yes, he is summoning up an extra pet. That's actually the snowball going between the pets. It's not even him and Seadark, except for Astro. Actually, might not be the best opportunity there. It's gonna go for the IBO to get out of it. You can see the horror effects coming out. If any of them hit Astro, looks like he's dodging all the horrors completely. Seamark actually still alive through this. It's gonna have PI as well as a Vamp Embrace rolling. Actually just lived through the burst of Astro. Astro didn't even pop too many defensive except for IBF. Still holding on to AMS. Is gonna pop an AMS for the Shackles. Trying to immune the damage. Is gonna get an interrupt onto Sea Dark. For the Shadow damage, gonna be a quick fear by the Shadow Priest. With the Shackle Undead on the Lichboard, actually gives him a full stun. I think that stun does break to damage though, but at least that is a full CC onto a Death Knight. When you're Lichborn, you do become undead. And that means the game literally does change it to undead. Very similar to when a Druid is in Druid form. It makes him a beast. It literally makes him a beast. So Scarab Beast's ability does properly work. Astro unable to interrupt Flesh Cup, so he's not in a fantastic spot, but he's doing A-okay either way. Sea Dark looking just fine with a big Mind Flay onto Astro. Big Pillar of Frost coming down with a massive damage. Stun onto Sea-Dark, potentially can do some in silence onto the Shadow Priest, and Astra recovering a bit of health, starting to get some damage into Sea-Dark, actually cracking through defenses. Mind Control still comes through and does actually knock him off with a DP dot left on him. Oh my god, the Shadow Priest is actually looking like he might be able to dominate a Death Knight. Anti-Magic Shell is up. Does Astro run Spell Warden? Is that even a spell he prioritizes? Siphon with a stun. Astro taking quite a bit of damage. Gonna be a grip onto Sea-Dark with the freeze right after. Still a lot of his healing is reduced. Is dropping down Anti-Magic Zone. Trying to see if he can hang in there. Missing that interrupt, getting juked by Seavark. On the mind controls, a Void Eruption is available. Back up Sea-Dark, just avoiding a lot of damage from the DK. Somehow this Death Knight has not got hit by a single horror effect at all from the Void Eruption. Flesh Cut is available. Sea-Dark and a blind cannot interrupt them. That's going to be Astro at least catching up on a little bit of healing. This game a little bit more even between a Frost DK as well as a Shadow Priest. That's going to be great effect for the grippy hand. Astro has full cooldowns rolling. Wants to go for the big chunky obliterate. It sounds like a Sea-Dark, and that's going to be a bit of a snowball passing around between the pets. Trying to grip on the pet with a snowball. Sea-Dark taking lots of damage. Does straight and Sun onto Astra. Does he turn it around here? Shadowboard death. Astra goes down. Sea-Dark almost got bursted down by the Frost DK. The unholy might of a Frost Death Knight almost capitalized on it all. Big bleed set up on a Sea-Dark. That's going to be lots of damage from Lazy Kitty. Hits a Pharaoh with a fear. Then it's going to be full flash cut roll Lazy Kitty. And Sea-Dark needs to go for a little bit of self-heal. Not playing a self-heal legendary, so his own self-healing with the Shadowmans is it going to be empowered. Disperse is out. That's the Cyclone out of Lazy Kitty to reduce any kind of healing Sea-Dark has, while Disperse is up. A great easy counter of his ability. Lazy Kitty trying to go for maybe a Skull Bash. Does he hit? He does make sure to land Skull Bash on Seavark, not getting juked out. Flash Cut is available for Seavark. No way to stop him for the time being. And that's going to be extra pet summoned up. Lazy Kitty going to take quite a lot of damage. Bark Skin is available. Might want to pre-wall any of this damage. Sea-Dark is having to deal with the damage of those bleeds that just racking through his health. Lazy Kitty making sure to take down all these other pets around him. And that's going to be Void Eruptions flying down. Seavark wanted to cover his escape. It looks like Lazy Kitty wasn't even going to chase after him. Instant cast available for Sea-Dark. Maybe has an interrupt. It looks like he doesn't have a silence for Lazy Kitty. That's going to be a full flash cut back up and running. So Sea-Dark waiting up for defenses. He does have Vampiric Embrace coming up very, very soon. Greater Fate available. Quick Fear onto Lazy Kitty. If you can put some kind of a damage over time on him just to keep him out of stealth, that would be appropriate for him. Will be a perfect opportunity. Great evade before the bleeds can get set up. Try not to get interrupted. That's going to be a juke on the interrupt. Trinket out of for Seavark. Try to go for mind control. Lazy Kitty. Quick maim. Seavark, does he have anything at all? Massive spell is available. Does the spell anything off of himself? I think it was a swarm he was trying to dispel. And does go down. The bleeds of a feral druid versus a Shadow Priest. Not much they could really do. Clingy joining the fight over, what is it, Shadow T-Rex on the team 2? I think somebody on team 2 was trying to join in, but I don't know if they were able to. And looks like Lazy Kitty versus Clingy, with Clingy going in big opener onto Lazy. Bleeds are going to be set up first. The Swarm is going to be doing damage earlier. Lazy Kitty has to play a little bit defensively, find a way to turn around. I got a mind control bug, started channeling mind control in the cast, so it didn't work. That's unfortunate, Seavark. I did see the channel though. I did see you trying to get a mind control off. Yeah, also, how geared is that Priest? Last time he was like, what, in 220 in PvP gear, so like 210 outside of PvP, which is like, you know, you actually did pretty well for the gear. I don't know how geared you are since then. Clingy getting opened up with a big maim. Damage turn around, but Lazy Kitty bites are going through. Clingy going to bear form. Does Clingy go potentially for a flush craft? He might need to bash a Lazy Kitty, landing a Cyclone, unless Lazy Kitty trinkets it. Clingy could go for a flash craft. Regrowth is the choice of spell. Either way, Swarm swap to Lazy, but without Cyclone, it prevented the Swarm from being able to apply. So Clingy is still a little behind. Getting Skull Bash for Lazy Kitty. Clingy in bear form. Does he go for Friends in Regen? I don't know if he's even Friends in Regen Druid. He might be. Oh my goodness, he is a Friends in Regen, but he just didn't have it. Lazy getting that quick. I think it was a quick roar. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lazy, dude. Man, Feral Druids as an Echo. I'm 242 PvP. Oh, Seavark, so you got a lot of gear returns then, huh? That's pretty good. Yeah, Feral Druids, man, they're still rough. They're still rough, but you basically feel a lot tankier now, don't you? As a Shadow Priest. But you are also playing a very aggressive build with that pet summon. Kind of like how Chicago, he has all the boys running in. But I wonder if, like, for I don't know. I guess a Feral, like, I wonder if like a self-kill Lego would have been much better. Although it's really hard to predict who you're going to be going up against. I don't know if you crafted that one or not. Also, I don't even know if that one's really good besides like cheesy plays. Chicago though. Is he playing Necrolord still? Chicago might still be Necrolord, are they? I didn't see a flash gift in the opener. I don't really know what abilities they're trying to go for. Maim quickly onto Chicago is going to be able to self-heal himself. Enhanced with Shaman self-healing is still pretty good. That's also Earth Elemental, so no lightning or no, what is it? Lightning shield play for extra Maelstrom or nothing like that. So I wonder what kind of a build Chicago is going for then. Kind of a comment on top of it. Trinkets out of the stone from Lazy Kitty. Trying to get a setup. That's going to be the cap totem onto Lazy Kitty. Getting quite a bit of damage to Lazy. He's trying to go for as much self-heal as possible. The blades are ticking down on Chicago. Actually out of mana to really work with anything. And that's going to be Shackles of Addiction onto Lazy Kitty. Bashed by the cat to prevent the Shackles. And it's starting to kind of stay somewhat aggressive with Chicago. Not really just trying to run away. Trying to maintain the bleeds. But also being very, very careful of the damage to Chicago. Sees cooldowns. Running out of it. Wants to maintain the bleeds on Chicago, but as soon as you see cooldowns, getting out of there immediately. Chicago having to go for actual hard cast healing surge is going to be restocked for Lazy with a stun opener on Chicago. All the bleeds are in. Chicago with a wall. Might pop Earth Element. Well, actually, wolves are not up. And they are venting or trying to go for a chain harvest. Now we know what company they are. Cyclone out of Lazy Kitty, trying to keep Chicago low on health. Does Lazy have a big old bite ready? It's going to be a flesh craft in front of Chicago. Does he go for a big old bite to follow? Just staying in bear form. Cat form is back up. Chicago at really low mana. I don't really know if they have the maelstrom to really work with this. Trying to purge what above they can from Lazy, but the global spend on that mana and unable to heal yourself. I feel like left them a little bit vulnerable. Earth Shield though too. Normal Chicago plays a really giga Maelstrom build where every attack from the enemy generates so much Maelstrom and you basically got self-heals for days. Shadow Rex gonna be up next versus Lazy, having to bust through the Flesh Cut Shield, finding the kitty out of bear form, full venting burst coming out, no Shadow Blades. But at least he's trying to make the biggest flagellation damage happen. Still unable to break the through the Flesh Cut Shield up until the tail end of that stun setup. And that's gonna be a Vanish reset versus Lazy. Is going to have to make sure to maybe land some kind of a sap or some kind of a CC on Lazy. The Feral did pick up the eyes. It's going to be sap with a Shadow Step. At least he's able to jerk around him. Lazy's still holding on to a trinket. And that's Lazy in cat form. Going to be full Shadow Blaze. Lazy knows that that's Shadow Blaze. That's a lot of damn. Get a shot. Do the trinket it. And that's going to be Shadow Rex trying to make the most damage happen. The Shadow Strikes and Viscerants are flying. The most damage that can happen is happening. A Slime Shield available for Lazy Kitty. Time to get some aggressive damage onto the Shadow Rex. Evasion is up for the Rogue, so he's actually able to counter any kind of pressure from Lazy. And that's a full Malediction Trinket that was able to do the full damage and establish Necrotic. Trinket out of the Rogue into a blind to Lazy. Finding himself kind of low on health with healing over time. What is that heal that's on him right now? You see that green bar at the top of his health? Is that Ysera's healing him? Is it Ysera's or something else? I think it is. Getting shot by Shadow Rex, full flagellation, Lazy Coup Trinket of the one. Bark Skin is all they use. Potentially has friends in region whenever they drop low. Do they? It doesn't look like it's enough. The Rogue is just unable to do the damage he needs in order to take Lazy Kitty down. The Feral gets himself Fleshcraft while in bear form. That is the Rogue catching a reset, however. And so is Lazy Kitty. At least he's going to get sapped up. So for the Rogue, he has to burn through a Fleshcraft all over again. That's going to be very, very unfortunate for him. Very, very unfortunate. And I believe there might be some gear disparity because the Rogue is trying as hard as he's burning. Getting the Shadow Strikes in. The CC chains are clean. But he's just unable to bust through the Flesh Cup through all those Shadow Strikes and all those Eviscerates. Trying to see if he might be able to go for a reset. That is going to be an advantage for the Rogue, while Lazy Kid is trying to be proactive with the Eye. As long as Flesh Cut is up, and even if they're in bear form, they are going to be a little bit tankier. Tanky enough to deal with Shadow Rex. But it doesn't look like they're roaming for it, dude. For Shadow, he is getting some cooldowns back. Flagellation might be back up, I think. Maybe potentially by the time he goes in for full burst. Combining that together with Shadow Blades, you might be able to make the most damage happen. I think it's always a possibility. I think there's always a potential, always a chance. Plus, also a Necrolord Feral for a Rogue is, I won't say the worst matchup, but it's definitely a tough one just because of the tankiness. It is actually harsh. Shadow Strike's opener. I think he's waiting for maybe to catch Lazy Kitty out of bear form. Full bleeds are up on the rogue. Blind to Lazy Kitty. Does he force a tricky? He does. Potentially could make something work here. The bleeds are taken down on Shadow Rex. Cloaker Shadows, but the bleeds have gotten him either way. Oh my god, the bleed damage. Once they are established, unless you have a way to remove them, you're done. Oh my goodness. Errol is the last one standing to combat the feral threat. To combat the undead kitty big bleeds. I've been told Shadow Priest should never beat a feral, but okay, it is what it is. Fair enough, Seawork. It is a rough matchup, honestly. Yeah, Shadow Priest with how squishy they are versus a feral with just how much sustain and burst damage they got, plus the longevity. Yeah, I don't really know. That just might be one of those hard counters. Cyclone onto Airless is going to go for Fan. I don't really know if he was trying to go for maybe like a Shadow Step. Lazy Kitty getting yet another Flesh Cat of full versus Airless. Trying to prevent the Rogue from being able to catch a reset. No Shadow Step juke for Airless. Letting Kitty shot a Lazy Kitty with full Vendetta. Burst going. Does he have any kind of cheesy burst? Running circles around Lazy. Getting the spikes up. With a blind, does Lazy Kitty don't trinket? That's a Vendetta and a blind. That never feels good. As a Rogue, to have to go use both of those. But potentially he just had to. Potentially he needed to peel Lazy Kitty off of him. And maybe he doesn't need the Vendetta for the burst. Maybe he doesn't need the Vendetta for this duel. It might have been either a bold move to try to make some kind of a play. No, pre-wall for Lazy Kitty as a fool. Shackles is up. That's going to hamper the cat's ability to be able to heal themselves. Bash onto Airless. Wall comes out. Kitty tried to see if he might be able to get counter-aggressive with Airless. That's going to be a lot of the healing prevention from the Shackles malediction. Unable to truly recover. Super slowed by the Rogue. I think he actually has him, and Airless does take him out with a vanish right after. Just to try to get himself a clean reset versus the next competitor. The bleeds are on him. It looks like Flexing is at least giving him opportunity to potentially get a bit of a reset. And Airless is at least given a bit of an honor duel, as much of an honor duel as he can. Walking into Flexing without any cooldowns available. That is a Survival Hunter with full setup, all trinkets, everything available. So it's going to be a fresh start for him, but for Airless it might not really be that good. But at least the Rogue at least was able to do something. The Feral Druid, dude. And he killed him without a Vendetta. Just put a bunch of pressure with Shackles and continued the sustained damage. Got himself a huge shiv with back-to-back Envenoms. And made it work. Mark for Death is available. Get a shot. And that's going to be Flexing. Slime Pet actually caught in the freezing trap, which is probably the best situation he could have been in. Stunned by Flexing, removing all those bleeds from the Airless setup. And it's going to throw a freezing trap onto Airless instead of the Slime. And there goes the dots. Flexing with that Ventia burst is going to have big kill shots ready to go. Tossing nades, waiting for procs. I think kill shot proc is available. Throwing in the chakras. Arrow's looking for a bit of a reset. But the dots have already set in. Shadow Meld and trying to get himself a reset. Going to be the Hunter's Mark with a kill shot and the dots. If only Flexing. I guess it would have been taken maybe a little long, dude. Lazy Kitty with them 4 kills and Arrowless shutting him down. The amount of damage Necrolos do is a little much, honestly. But I wonder if that'll be adjusted in 915. I'm hoping to make it better for PvP or PvE. I think for PvP it's proven its strength. But maybe if Airless was given an opportunity to get full cooldowns, maybe it could have came out of it. But going at the Hunter without Vanish, without Evasion, it's rough, man. It's rough. Alrighty, yo, Chula's ready. Yo, did we get Team Bald versus Chula? Team Flexing versus Chula? I think we do, right? Flexing still read. Let's go Flexing and Chula. Clokey, you got a group, my guy? Let's go, my dude. How you doing, my man? Chula. Let's get Chula in here. And then we're going to go Chula versus Chicago after. How does that sound? Flexing and Chula. And then Chula versus Chicago. And then Chicago gets Flexing. And then back and forth like that. Let's just let Necrophero have 60k flesh count every 2 minutes. Yeah, it's a little much. I feel like maybe they should change it so that flesh count is based off of your current health or your base health. And maybe like remove modifiers like a Battle Master Trinket and Bear Form and any other like health increases out of it. Like your base health of your character. And for druids, like just utilize like the health out of form. So it's consistent across the board. But yeah, it just gives them lots of extra health too. I mean, I think it's cool interaction, but the price to pay for that interaction is like uneven gameplay. And I don't think that's healthy. I can agree with that part. I don't think that's healthy. It should be a little bit more even. Because then, like, yeah, they could, if they want to go bare form and channel flash cut, they could, but like, it wouldn't even give druids the ability to just channel flash cut without needing to go into specific form. That's one less GCD to go for. You know? Or maybe just buff flash cut for everybody else. Make it so it doesn't scale off of like health modifiers and just buff it for everybody else so it's tankier for everybody. Why not? Twitch. We got ourselves team Flexing. It looks like Flexing is gonna be first on that team. We got ourselves. We got Fairlick, who never got to play, Astro, who got to play once, Lazy Kitty, who just stole the show, and Skills. In the back, we got us a CB Zeus as a Demonology Warlock. Interesting. With Chula going to be first up as a Boomy. On that team, we have us as Malton, the Retribution Paladin, Pauses as a Feral, and Wind Wanker. Wind Walker. Nah, Wind Wanker. I like that. That's going to be a Chula playing the bursty, the ballsy, the untested in PvP for the most part, the PvE Venthyr Druid, which is it. Did your own stun just proc Frenzy Regen just now? It's not really a common build for PvP by any measure, but Chula is trying out that Venthyr Boomy, which only one man I've seen work with it so far, and that's been Ori. Although I have seen other druids, like one or two, in like Twitch clips for like WoW highlights channel. I've seen those. Oh, Venthyr Boomy doing pretty well, but Ori, haven't seen that. Except on here, on this channel. Ori is the only person I've seen have it work in duels. Chula, that's an interesting move. I think it has potential for like big bursts. It's just raw power. It's just when you use it and how you use it, that's going to be very important. I mean, they did make it a little bit better. Paraform BM Trick and Flash got a bit crazy. Yeah, some of the combos in the game are pretty crazy right now, Thon. See, wow, highlight, we're getting 51k. LVO. Yo, it's, wait, 51k shield or a Venti Boomy 51k Star Surge? That's pretty big, by the way. Chula with the bar, so you're going to be with Fractal Malediction. So Chula is going to be under pressure coming out of that stun. Not a lot of healing that can be done unless he got a Frenzy Regen. Trying to fight through it. Press Frenzy Regen, but it wasn't enough flex. He just put pressure in, put some damage in, and Necrotic just kind of did the rest. Malton tried to avoid all the Hunter's traps. Avoided them completely. Full stun onto flexing. Going to be immediate turtle out of him with Dora Shadows. So that's going to be Churn Evil onto the pet. Steel Trap, catching him, trying to avoid the rest of this traps. Turning around, actually slamming the pet down with Burst, at least building some holy power off that thing. Judgment's getting pretty aggressive with the pet, trying to see if he might be able to take it out. Flexing, able to get some dots and some pressure onto Malton. Should maintain his pet as high health as he can, as best he can. Malton, with a bit of that eye for an eye. Does eye for an eye work against Flexing's ranged attacks? Like Eagles, does that work with it? Hand of Freedom, keeping the Paladin moving. Could potentially be eating a Freezer Trap. Hodge and Flexing with the Shackles Malediction. He might just do the same thing that Flexing did to the Druid. Feign Death, removing the Malediction, stunning the Paladin, keeping him out in the open. Paladin might have to bubble, is kind of low in health. Shield of Vengeance up, as Flexing did not have the globals fast enough just to go for a kill shot. Malta just believed he might be okay. That's going to be Flexing full on with a Flayed Shot. Full procs are available. Trying to keep the Paladin around the corner. Has the Steel Trap right in front of him. Malta just going in for self-heal since Flexing is nowhere nearby to go for a muzzle. Potentially, maybe with Paladin was trying to draw Flexing to him with a Harpoon and just hit him with a Hodge. Does Malton have any kind of procs available soon? Trying to maintain himself since he has the mana with Flash of Lights. That's going to be a Hodge as Flexing goes in for the Harpoon. Malton got a bit of damage. Not seeing the final wreck of Seraphim out of this guy. So I wonder what kind of a talent build he goes for. And I'm not sure what kind of animation this is supposed to be. What the? Why is it Freezer Trap just makes it stick it to the ground? Flexing catches some full camo. Hunter's Mark on the Pala, even though Pally isn't really going to be able to re-stealth. But at least Hunter's Mark, I think, do you run in PvP the Hunter's Mark conduit that reduces the amount of damage the enemy does to you when you mark them? Like by 5, 6%, 7%? I mean, that's basically like, that's actually pretty good when you think about it. In a sense, it's like a 14% versatility. Just debuffing the enemy. 7% damage, 40% versatility worth of defensive. That's actually not bad. Stun into Flexing, trinkets out of it, and that's going to be Malton not popping off cooldowns. But it is looking pretty scary because he got full CDs ready to go. He just needs another Hodge and he'll be okay. Building Holy Power off of the pet as well as the Hunter. Got himself the Word of Glories back to back. It looks like he's playing for the proc build with... I wish I knew the... I don't know the Paladins in that detail. But he is getting a Holy Power procs though. Flexing, charging in, actually up in melee with the Paladin. And that's going to be a freezing trap. The Paladin trinkets out of it. Hodge flexing. Does he have anything at all? Going to be full hammers with a big old final verdict slamming down. He decided that the man deserves nothing but death. Verdict, die. Is the judge, jury, and the favorite part, the executioner. Oh my god. With Astro Ward going to be up next, going to be the fated Death Knight versus Paladin, the iconic battle. But that's going to be Astro actually popping off as the unholy Death Knight over a Frost DK. We'll see if he might need to be able to make it work, because unholy DK is not something we see commonly. Going to be summoning Mages of the Dead. He's not playing the build where he summons the Army of the Dead. Instead, he makes it where Malton, if he has any kind of healing, he just takes percentage health and damage. Wait, does Malton have any passive heals? Is that what it is? His Fleshcraft, I mean, she's not Fleshcraft, Shield of Vengeance is going down slowly but surely. But is that main dot still on Malton? That is my question. Or is it off? I think it only works as long as the target is getting healed, but Malton doesn't have constant healing unless he's just spamming Word of Glories. It might be better to go for that ability when he is low. But the Magus is doing a bit of damage to Malton, though. That extra pet's doing a bit of damage, benefited that mastery. IBF out of Astro, and that's going to be Malton going for the Shackles. Astro preventing the Necrotics with anti-magic shell, utilizing the shell in order to deal with the holy damage of Malton, and the Paladin just back it up for a second. Shackles Malediction to prevent Paladin from going for a full healing build. Trying to go turn evil on the pet, is going to get the fear on the main pet. Astro beefing up the pet, but the pet is all the way in the other zip code. So Astro is just out here by himself trying to debuff Malton. Is he even going to ever see Malton going for self-heal? Because this man's just holding off healing. He's literally just holding off healing until now. Does he take the damage? Does he take the pressure? Is there dot damage on him? I don't think there is anymore. I don't think there is. So for Astro, it'll be perfect if maybe he gets Malton low, hits him with a debuff, watching Malton self-heal, and then maintain that debuff the whole time around. I gotta look into that, what that PvP talent is for Unholy Death Knights. We don't really see them as much anymore. I remember seeing quite a few of them in PTR when they beefed up their, what is it, Necrotic Wound talent. But since then, like, Frost has been just the dominating force. If you see Death Knights. Was that an AoE fear by Astro? That might have been. Anti-magic zone as the Paladin just blasted through the defenses. Astro do whatever he can to deal with the holy power damage. He got himself a little bit of self-healing. Sun on the Malton, shrink it out of the Paladin, got the plenty Word of Glories rolling, and Astro just left in a not a fantastic position. That is going to be the grippy hand available, trying to go for as much damage as possible, and Malton avoids him completely. Also, was that different animation for the grippy hand? Was that a different animation? It looked like it had a little bit of a... It looked like it had a... like an aura around it. Is that normal or is that new? For all we know, that maybe is new. Lazy Kitty opened it up onto Malton. Feral Druid versus a Paladin who's yet to burn a bubble. Blessing of Protection, but he might have to because that is a full-blown Feral Druid. Big bleeds just going right through all that plate armor. So we'll see if Malton is able to live this. Shield of Vengeance is up. Potentially could maybe go for a big proc to Lazy. Lazy in bear form trying to pre-tank this. Fleshcraft getting interrupted. Maybe could be a Hodge out of Malton with a proc or two. That Shield of Vengeance is about to pop. Throwing in the big judgment with a bell. That is going to be Shield of Vengeance procking. And Malton just focusing on his own self-healing as best as he can. Self-preservation is his prime priority. While Lazy Kitty able to get full bleeds. Potentially could be a big defense out of Malton. Does he use any more defenses or aggression? Looks like he's actually backing up completely. He's just going for a bit of a self-heal. Might be a defensor here. Blessing of Protection. Trying to go for Flash of Lights. Cycle out of Lazy Kitty. Get her hit with a Rebuke. Lazy, I don't know if he has a Shackles and Malediction or not. If he had Shackles right there, I think he could actually hit through Shackles. Wait, that's I guess a good question. Does he get hit through Shackles? Malton is kind of in a bad spot. Forbearance on him. Cannot really use any immunities for a time being. Just trying to delay the inevitable. Cannot get interrupted on Holy. If he gets interrupted on Holy, maim. Malton might need to bubble this. Trying to go flashlights. Oh my god. The Blaze just ramped up. Did not even have a global to press bubble or anything. That is just super unfortunate situation to be in. And ASUS is going to be up next. Lazy Kitty just sitting in the bear from lead, and ASUS open up. It's going to be full bleeds opener for Paw. Well, Lazy Kitty goes for a bark skin play in the opener. ASUS just goes in for bleeds and just resetting. Letting the bleeds just rock Lazy Kitty down. Just let him drop lower and lower and lower in health. Gonna be a re-stealth for Passes. Try to see if he might be able to get an upper hand on Lazy Kitty. Try to avoid any kind of stuns. Shackles of addiction on Lazy as I try to go for self-healing. Passes try to stay on him. Lazy does get to break the chain with distance, but he's still not in an amazing spot. Needs to go for a lot of health recovery. He let the other Feral open up on him, getting the reversal that he needs. Big bleed set up by Lazy Kitty. Could potentially get counter-aggressive. Passes does burn a wall in order to deal with the damage. Try not to fall behind. Lazy Kitty, this way he needs to gain any kind of advantage he can. Any kind of advantage you can get, the better, the more the better. Both of them moonfiring each other. Lazy, it looks like he's recovered. Still has a wall while Passes doesn't. Both of them have a trinket. So potentially Lazy Kitty did turn this around on him. Although Paw has damage, he has the burst. Whoever's going to get the proper stun first is going to be able to do the most damage to the other. Bash the Passes, trinkets it immediately. No wall to work with this. Lazy Kitty can put so much pressure into him. Unless Passes goes counter-offensive, and Lazy, actually expecting the counter-aggression, goes into bear form, thorns up, and that's going to be a big bite into Paw. Unless this man's got a flesh craft, I think it might be over. Does he go for it? He goes for self-heal, as much self-healing as he can. Thorns is up and Lazy. It looks like Lazy takes him out. Who is up next? Is it CB Zeus? Looks like the Warlock is up next. CB Zeus. Let's see if Necrolord Demonology. Oh, by the way, Necrolords everywhere, boys, aren't there? Your y'all in chat is saying Info 9.1 will be available. No idea right now, actually, Borshi. No idea when 9.1 will be available. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. And maybe with 9.1 they could deal with all these pharaohs and the big bleeds of Necrolord. At least in PvP. Just slightly. Just slightly. Big Tyrant joining the fight. Stun onto Lazy Kitty. CB Zeus trying to get as many pets up and running. Getting quite a bit of damage to Lazy. Does not go for the decimated bolt or anything like that. Still lots of pressure onto Lazy Kitty. Sending out as many demon bolts. But never had a big Necrolord decimated bolt set up for it. At least I didn't see one. That was at least a lot of pressure into the Feral Drill with CB Zeus having very short CDs. He was able to at least put some hurt to the Feral. Didn't really bait any cooldowns besides the Bark Skin potentially. But no wall, no trigger got used. So CB Zeus is going to have to go for a bit of recovery. At least as a full Flashcraft. Dark Pack should be available soon. Can interrupt the Kitty maybe with a stun. Gonna be CB Zeus taking full bleeds. Kitty right before they go for the reset behind the pillar. CB trying to get himself as much damage to the pets. Get interrupted on one of the casts. Wait, oh my goodness. Jesus. And that's going to be Wind Waker. That's the last one left. Another Necrolord, dude. Oh my god, it's a Necrolord takeover in PvP. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh my god. The Necro Feral gets a kind of bored to watch. That way you can play Guardian also. That way you can also play Guardian. Yo, apparently Guardian Druid in like a bear form tank in single target is the best, by the way. But yeah, I guess you are getting like a slight half Feral gameplay, half Guardian gameplay, aren't you? Full stun back to back for Lazy Kitty as he's rotating those bleeds into Wind Wanker. Trying to go for a bit of Vivify. That's going to be a Warlock Gateway, just taking it away from the Feral for a second. Oh my goodness. Look at the bleeds, just melting them. Is going to at least get himself a bit of a wall, bit of damage. Zuen is up, trying to make the damage happen. Going to be a leap by Lazy Kitty to try to get away. Looks like he's just cutting him out until maybe he can go for another maim. There's going to be quick maim onto Wind Waker, just putting dots on him with Moonfire and just walking it out. I think he's just trying to bleed him out. Maybe he's just trying to play out to the dampening. Just put dots on him. Fleshcraft is up for Wind Waker. Lazy Kitty could potentially go for Fleshcraft of his own. Rooting Zuen. Oh, and Zuen is now attacking. At least I was thinking about attacking someone else. Lazy with a full reset. Wind Waker with everything but offensives. So maybe that's what Lazy was trying to do, is just wait out for the offensive cooldowns and then go for a full reset. That's going to be a stun into a maim. He's not even going on for like the big one-shot big bites. He's just going in for double stun with the bleeds. Letting that to work. Gonna be a karma. Oh, big damage to Lazy. Oh my goodness. If not the blaze that will rot you down. After years and years and years, it is gonna be a monk coming in with a bone dust brew. Just dusting you out of here. Jesus, that rising sun kick burst is just something. It is something. It is just... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Skills just walking a Wind Waker. Gonna be a knockdown with a Night Flare. That's gonna be a Warbreaker. Try to see if you can... Oh, knockdown to break the Fist of Fury. Does Wind have a port back up? Looks like Skills isn't chasing after him. Does he have a port back up? I don't think he does. Looks like Skills is playing very defensive here. Windwanker is actually the one getting aggressive, even though Skills was the one to pop cooldowns. That Fist of Fury, he got knocked down while channeling Fist of Fury because of the Night Fae Ancient Aftershock ability. Every time it takes a chance to knock down, or a guarantee of knockdown, I'm not sure. BDB is up. Fear onto all the Monk's pets. Windwanker is going to have to recoup together. Maybe get those images back into Skills. But that is quite a significant portion of damage. And I believe he did use BDB there too. But a significant portion of Windwanker's damage is kind of gone. And potentially Skills could come in. He has every defensive. If he maybe goes in, he all has to go is clear through Karma. Which it looks like Windwanker, I did not see him drop down Ring of Peace ever. Unless he has. So if no Ring of Peace, that is potentially good Karma. But looks like Skills is going to wait it out. While Windwanker is going to get himself full Fleshcraft rolling. Making himself even tougher for this duel. Which class is better, Monk or Warrior? I think it really depends. Like in a 1v1, I feel like Monk wins a duel just because of healing alone, but it doesn't mean that the Warrior can't just overpower with raw damage. Big parry, a well-timed stun, and a good fear, as well as just big-time burst out of nowhere, I feel like can turn around the duel immediately. With burst being as high as it is, you can really go for the element of surprise. BDB, drop it down, Skills trick, it's out of that leg sweep. Is it going to be full? Windwanker with the images rolling in is actually going to get on top of him. The images are kind of sort of separated. He is playing that Ring of Peace, so he's not playing good Karma. Parry out for Skills. Could potentially be Chase. It looks like he's going to wait it out. Zuen is joined in the fight. It looks like he just wants to run away from Windwanker, slowing down Zuen as well as the Monk. Maybe just waiting for cooldowns. That was extra health that he had borrowed, but the Touch of Death takes him out. That is super, super unfortunate. With Fairlek up next is a Beast Mastery Hunter. You have the Bursty Monk versus a very heavy Sustain Hunter. And Fairlek disengaging immediately, trying to see if he can get some damage into Win with a stun. Pull Pets and Power playing that Vent to your Burst, that kill shot combo. That damage that it does, it is huge. The Pets already assaulted Win, but without the Pets getting empowered by the Flame Shot, they don't really do that much damage. They do a bit of damage, but not that much damage. And that's going to be kill shots from around the corner. Win with only a Karma. That's the only big defenses to deal with this. I guess potentially he could go Diffuse Magic to reverse the damage of Flame Shot. Maybe remove the proc. Stunning the Pets. Bonus Brew on the Pets. Shackles onto Win. It looks like Ferric is going to play defensive with Feign Death with the Turtle. Win is just going to pop a wall while getting frozen. He's going to need a drink for this duel. As Ferric is going to be able to kite him out. Maybe a little Karma. I think Ferric is out of options. Wait, I think Win. He brought it back in for Seam. Not bad at all. Lazy still rocking this duel, but Win at least coming back for his team, taking out Lazy and finishing off on a good note. Well done, boys. Let's get another duel up and running, yeah? Let's get another one up and running, boys. See Dark Egg, Seawork play Shadow for Zoltardy. Let's go, dude. Maybe we'll see Seawork Mage, but yeah, if you want to play Shadow, dude, that would be like, honestly. Still ready? Yo, we gotta get Chula versus Bald, or Flexing. If you guys are down. Yo, Chula, let me know if you still have a group. Clokey, let me know if you have a group. Wait. Was that Bald versus Chula? No, we gotta do Chicago versus Chula. That's what we gotta do. Chicago. Chicago. Where's my man Chicago? You got a 5-man? Chula, you got a 5-man? Let me know, boys. I guess Warrior lost. It is a rough matchup, dude. It is a tough matchup. Maybe if the Warrior was also Necrolord, it would have been a different story. Monk reigns supreme. Monks are pretty hard hitting, but also the self-survivability with Fleshcraft and also the self-healing is pretty good. But I think you can come back, honestly. I think it's very, very possible. What about also from PvP gear when you have 222 from last patch? Well, 222 is a pretty good item level. Nobody wants to kill arena with you, and RBGs are kind of same story, sadly. Well, Borsch, it does help if you... I mean, you can always make your own group, right? You can always make your own group. Plus, also they're doing some PvP gear adjustments for 915. So you should all peep them out. I think I'll make a video talking about some of the changes they've done for PvP gear so far and some of my suggestions. But they're trying to basically narrow down the gap between like the highest animal gear and the lowest by like squishing it. Just squish it together, right? And And what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say here? But they're trying to squish it as best as they can. You're arrested for sexy beardism. Which causes to play in TBC? I never played. I want to try it, I guess. I played TBC, and every one of my friends that played TBC, they'll quit. So I don't really know. I had fun with Shaman. You can try that. That's pretty fun. Unless you want a PvP. One of the Rogue. But in 915, they're doing like a bit of a squish where the low end and the top end of PvP gear, like the difference between the best item level wise, the best arena gear and the lowest conquest gear is gonna be like 20 item levels, but I think it might be actually less in the scaling department. So in the scaling, the best conquest gear is gonna be, I think it's still 333, and then it's gonna be a like, how do I explain it? Like instead of having like rankings of like unranked to combatant, is it contested, combatant, or no, combatant, challenger, rival, duelist, and then they're adding the epic again. There's gonna be like ranks in between so people can gradually slowly get gear little by little. And also they're upping the item level that you can get of honor gear. I think they should reduce the ranks of honor gear, but I think they're upping it too. So Major, we're gonna rejoin Chicago. All right, let me know when you're ready, Seavark, and I'll queue you versus Chula. I'll queue Chicago team versus Chula. Chula can actually get a chance to play. Let me know when you're ready. I mean, we're good. All right, cool. And then we'll get Chicago versus Bald afterwards, and then Bald back versus Chula. I'm gonna just kind of rotate you guys back to back. The issue is I have this. If there's doing a full Aspen gear for honor, it's not enough for other people to invite you. Well, that's why you can make your own groups, can't you, Borscht? I've been doing a lot more of my own groups, at least for like LFG Mythic Plus. Like even if I'm playing an undergeared character, if I have a decent key, you can get people that want to play, right? So if you're looking to join a group, you can always list your own group. But in 915, your honor gear, like your Aspen gear, it should go up in item levels as well, like in baseline. So like the low end and the high end, it's gonna kind of bring up the low end a little bit, right? So I think you'll start at like your first rank 1 Aspen gear will start at, and there's like 6 ranks. I really should make it like 3 ranks or 2 ranks or something. Just cut out a lot of the ranks. I think it's too redundant. But it starts out at 213 upscaled in PvP, which I think is better than the current version, which it takes a while to get to 213 upscaled. So it starts at 213, and over ranks it gets to 233. So at least it should bring up your PvP item level a little bit. Again, I think there's a lot of changes they could do, a lot of updates they could do. I want to comment on them, but it's probably best to do in a separate video. I don't think I can get it done, commented in a single duel stream. You know what I mean? Twitch. We got us. So Chicago on team 1, still sticking to them handsome guns, changing things out a little bit. CBZU is going to be first up with a nice cordial bow to Chicago. That's going to be Chicago with a Venthier burst here too, which is interesting. Yo, Chicago, literally next patch, every game, if you're hanging out by the Covenant guys, you can literally switch Covenants. If you have the Renown and the Soul Binds and stuff, you can literally just swap around Covenants whenever you want to. It's actually kind of... I don't think they were supposed to implement it this early in PTR. They said it was going to be in a later build, but it looks like it's already in PTR. So maybe just in a COD fix they were able to add it. Chicago get hit with a stun. CBZU starting to go for a fear. It's going to be a Tyrant without all the pets. CBZU, I think, is he just waiting out for like even bigger setup with pets at a later time? Or maybe he's not playing the big Tyrant setup. Maybe he's trying to go for even more pets. I'm not really sure, because normally you would go for like a second Felguard, and you would go for like a very, very different build. But he summoned a Tyrant. Maybe just to get super aggressive? I'm not even sure. But he's just going super ham. Stun Chicago, getting the instacast damage. Got a couple of imps, 1 imp on his side, literally just 1. And that's going to be an interrupt to CBZU's try to get even more pets rolling. And actually pulling his pet kind of away. I think it has a pet on passive, except whenever he controls the pet to do damage. Second Felguard is coming now. Decimated bolt rolling in. Potentially big damage. Dropping down the obelisk. Chicago could actually choose an op to destroy the obelisk in order to reduce some of the damage that CBZUs could do, as well as the damage the pets could do. CBZU's not looking super good right now, though. Some damage coming out of Chicago with the Ghost Wolves, and that's actually maybe overpowering damage. Chicago looked like he was just doing damage passively to him. Which makes you think I know what kind of build he's running. The big Ellie build. He basically more elemental shaman than enhancement, really. He just is a he just plays the cordiality of I have to walk up a melee and hit you with a storm strike, but the rest of the damage is just straight up magic damage. Look at Molten. He's barely touched Molten, and Molten, look at his health bar. Look at Molten. He's only now storm striking him. But for the most part, he's just AFKing away from Molten, and Molten's just slowly melting. It's the elemental enhancement build. It's the true hybrid we need. Oh my god. Dropping down a big hammer on Chicago. Not really forcing a lot of damage. Not really focusing on a lot of damage. As Molten just kind of waiting down. The Ghost Wolves or Ghost Raptors are in. And this is where, look at that Shield of Vengeance. Slowly but surely, it is going down. Sunder by Chicago. Gonna get a stun into Molten as well. Big Chain Harvest. Not forcing a bubble out of Molten just yet. Trust in the hand of Holy. Trust in the word of glory. He trusts in the Paladin healing Hodge as the Shackles comes out. And Chicago is gonna have a pretty big haze buff into if he has his Covenant fully set up. A big versatility buff afterwards. So potentially Chicago could have really big damage. Molten did use an eye for an eye, trying to keep Chicago at bay from all the melee damage. But Chicago doesn't actually have to be touching Molten to do the damage. Look at the wolves, look at the damage. He barely touching him. Now he swings him, getting some damage. Just Storm Strike while he has cooldowns for it. But even when he peels away, he does fine. Hodge on Chicago, drinking out of the Shaman with a wall as he sees the wings come out from Molten. Hand frame is up just to make sure he is able to move around, able to maneuver. Wall, Earth Elemental is up for Chicago, trying to see if he might be able to pour towards Molten. And the Earth Elemental is going to give Chicago that much needed longevity. On a 5-minute cooldown, he is giving him just plenty of health to work with. Ghost Wolves or Raptors are back up. Quick Sunder into a stun. Molten might be have to bubble out of this. Stun in Chicago, still taking quite a significant amount of damage from all his pets, as well as all the magic damage out of Chicago. And the Shaman is just still just being reckless, just being relentless here. Just keeping the assault. Molten again with the eye for an eye, but Chicago is just not even going to fight him in melee. Just going to come in, hit him with a couple times, establish the right debuffs, and then walk away. He literally doesn't need to touch him. Literally doesn't even need to touch him. Big haze buff up for Chicago. Maybe he can make something work off this. Hodge by Molten. No wings for the time being. And it's going to be, I think, quite a lot of cooldowns out of Chicago to potentially get Molten down with a bubble. As Molten, even right now, he's trying to get some damage. Chicago throws the hammer. And maybe just not getting the procs. Molten having to go for Shield of Vengeance as the cells dips. There goes the wings proc. Is he going to get aggressive with it or defensive with it? It looks like he's trying to get aggressive with it. He's at least building holy power. And since he can't reach, Chicago is going to go for a bit of a defensive play. Chicago getting hit with a full Hodge while in Ghost Wolf. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance popping on him. But Chicago got plenty of self-healing for the time being. We are finally hitting that dampener, which we're probably going to need. If this game had no dampening, I don't think either one of this Juggernaut would go down unless they made a terrible misplay. Sunder into a stun to Molten. Chicago actually able to deal a bit of damage, trying to make the full damage with the Raptors. Is playing defensively because the eye for an eye is stacking up in damage. The more autos you do, the more procs of Wind Fury you get. It is starting to really stack up. A Molten landed the Hodge. Wings available very soon. Does he go for the surprise burst? It looks like he's going to delay it potentially for the next set of wings or for the next Hodge. But Molten so far is doing kind of okay. He is getting really aggressive with the holy power spending. Ghost Souls are in, but then Chicago can make something work. Big haze buff with the versatility buff to follow. Molten actually active in the wings even before he goes in for damage, just for the self heal. And Chicago actually, what is that? What was that? Molten felt fine. It was actually okay. He had wings proc. What if Glory could have came in and he felt like, you know what, I'm actually okay? Just damage out of nowhere. It's not even a big hit either. It's not like a big bursty hit. It's just a hit that's big enough to take him down. But nothing super crazy. Stun onto Windmaker. Chicago's gonna have to play very, very defensive. Massive healing. Literally recovered with lay on hands. Literally recovered with lay on hands. Did Wind burn? He didn't burn the Wind, so I don't know if he burned a BDB. He might have just done images. But that might have been a BDB burst in the opener there. So potentially he might not have anything for later. Flashcraft still holding until Chicago picks up that elemental damage. It's still holding until Chicago picks up the LE damage. Just give it a second. It'll bust through eventually. Zuen joined the fight. So the Ghost Wolves, the images are up. Chicago has a wall with the Ghost Wolf. Just trying to see if he could get a hell out of dodge. got himself plenty of self-healing rolling, and that's going to be lots of survivability for the time being. Woodmaker got that big old ring of boopity bob booping Chicago out of the way, trying to zone him out from being able to escape, and Chicago was able to at least recover. And Windmaker turning the damage around on Chicago. Actually could be some substantial damage turning around. There is a lot of elemental damage from Chicago. Rolling Dragon Punch, trying to go for a big BDB burst. Does he have a go? No images available. Chicago is going to go for a self-heal. That's still a lot of damage out of Win with Shackles Addiction onto the Monk. Unable to really break it. Unable to get line of sight far enough out of it. Is able to at least recover a lot of health and maintain himself for now. And Chicago got himself lots of haste available, big damage potentially. Ghostos are running after Win. If he's able to just connect, that's going to be lots of versatility, increased damage after that Euphoria, which is a trait from Nadja, which gives you a haste buff. And there's a trait later that after the Euphoria haste buff, you either get a 20% crit or 20% versa. And in PvP, that could be massive. It looks like Win tried to avoid it as best as he can. Just trying to be extra careful with it. Fist of Fury flying in Chicago, not deterred. Just gonna go into Ghost Wolf. Just trying to see if he can get those bites and claws, auto attacks through the wall. And Win, still sitting on that karma, hasn't used it just yet. He's potentially getting some cooldowns back. Flash kept getting interrupted, unable to get himself the big defensive that he needs. Lexi on Chicago has a Sundering Totem, or it's going to be Capacitor Totem next to him. Chicago does go for a Trinket. There goes the Karma. Fist of Fury with images are up. Chicago might be in a bad spot. He's going for the sprint. Just turn down the Nitro Blitz and getting out of there. Just sprinting out of there. Outrunning a Mark, one of the most mobile classes in the game. Trying to go for a heal. Decided against it. Instead goes for the full Maelstrom. Instant cast healing. Does not want to get interrupted. On nature cast at all. Big board for Win. And Chicago had to use a lot of offensive abilities to generate Maelstrom. So you had to go offensive to play defensive. Win with plenty of ability. Ghost Wolf Raptors, or yeah, Ghost Raptor. Well, Elemental Raptors, really? It's not really Ghost, isn't it? Not really. Or is it? It is Ghost, I guess. It's just I get confused pretty easily. Big Earth Elemental for Chicago. That is plenty of damage for Win, though. He does have the Win. It could be really sketchy. A little bit of a scary. Chicago tried to go for a Sunder into a Stun to Win. Potentially a defensive play here for more Maelstrom and get himself as much self-healing as possible. Lex Tube, Chicago, BDB up. That's going to be full images. Does he have enough damage to take the Monk, the Shaman down? Does get him low with a touch of death. That is a hard matchup for Chicago. Against the Paladin, maybe it was a dampening, or the lack thereof. But against the Paladin, it felt like he stood toe-to-toe with him the whole time. As the Monk, though, the Bone Dust Brew, the birds that comes out of it, and the great mobility, he just isn't letting Chicago get any sustained damage on him at all. Maybe that's what's really helping him. Human Racial out of Win. I'm going to try to see if he can boop Airless out of the way. And Airless looking for that reset. Playing that subtlety this time. Oh, I like the dagger and the weapon, dude. The frosty look. I'm a fan of that. Big fan of it. But it's going to be the Fleshcraft. Still holding on strong for Airless. Did pop evasion for that one, though, to reduce the damage from Win. And since Win no longer has a Human Racial, he only has Relentless to let him not sit in. He tried to sap him, didn't you? He tried to sap him, didn't you? I don't know if Win realized it was a rogue on top of him or not, but he tried to sap him off Channel Fleshcraft, and he couldn't. BDB burst onto Airless. Does he trick out of it? He might have to. Then it's Fist of Fury. Rise Sun Kick. Lots of damage. Airless trinkets. No, he doesn't even trinket. He just vanishes in hopes that he lives. Oh my god! That was Win without images, without Zuan, just his own Fist of Fury, Rising Sun Kick, Rolling Dragon Punch in BDB. Bone Dust Brew. Airless did not want to get dusted. That is the question. Who is going to get dusted? Who isn't going to get dusted? Because this man is out here, dude. Oh my god! And everybody says Monk BDB Burst is AoE. Hopefully that scenario proves you wrong. It's not just AoE. Getting a shot by Airless, trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Win. Flashcap did not hold long enough. In cap. Next time, super deadly. Does he have BDB? Got himself a severe cancel immediately. Blinded to Win. It looks like Airless at least going to be able to get a reset. Win did burn a set of images. I don't know if he has another Storm, Earth, and Fire available. And by images, I mean Storm, Earth, and Fire, by the way. I know probably sometimes confusing for some of you when let's call them images. But they're like mage images. Right? Mirror images, they kind of like copy your action, which makes sense in my head. Kid is shot into Win. Let's try to see if he can reverse the damage onto Win before any burst comes out of the Monk. Maybe another BDB. Karma as Win wasn't even low, that super low on health. But he does use a Karma, trying to keep Airless in combat as best as he can. Airless, unless he has a Shadow Melt, I don't think he's going to have an easy time resetting. That is Zuen also joining that fight. So Zuen is not going to let him go anywhere. Fist of Fury keeping him in place. Evasion is used in order to deal with the physical damage. And that's going to be Kid Shadow to win. Does not have Diffuse Magic anymore. He just used Diffuse. So actually, that Shackle did do a bit of damn and also set up Necrotics. Flash cut out for win, while Airless is over there still reeling in from that Zuen who just disappeared. Airless potentially might be able to return here though. Win with the Ring of Boopity Bob trying to keep Airless in combat. Does land a step. Kid Shot is available. It's a full flash if he has got to burn through it. Does he have the damage? Does he have the clean plays? Stun gave Win actually an opportunity to get us a re-heal in between the stuns. BDB bursts up. Lexup, does he have everything? Images are up. Oh my god, Rise of Sun kick burst. All those images. Did all of them proc BDB just now? Because it's like BDB does what adds up 33% more shadow damage to everything you do. Or a chance. A chance to add shadow damage. A chance to add 30% more damage of the damage that you do or something like that. It sounded confusing the first time I read the tooltip. Getting a shot onto Win. A Shadow Directs trying to see if you can make a play here. Flagellation's fully up onto Win. Fist of Fury flying. Got the Shackles and Malediction. Win unable to really get a healing. Trying to see if he can break the Shackle. Door of Shadows for the Rogue is going to get a Disorient onto Win. Unless he can go, oh, blind to interrupt. Does Win have a trinket backup? That is the question. That blind was DR, by the way. That blind was DR'd. When you use the Ventio port, that is DR'd with a blind. That's interesting. Kid Shot, does he have a trinket? I think it's over unless he does. He has a trinket. Does he have a way out? Does he have Fist of Fury? Karma at least delays the damage that Shadow Rex is going to do. Cheap shots back to back. Win, trying to get aggressive. Spinning crane kick. Does he just go for self heal? Mobility didn't really work out for him. Enter and interrupt. Does he have Fist of Fury? In cap actually keeps him alive. BDB bursts up. Leg sweep. Does he trinket out? He does. Win, if you have a Fist of Fury, you might just be able to make someone work here. Fist of Fury into Rising Sun kick. Another rogue down. You're just kicking them all down. This rogues are just trying to climb the fame ladder of the 5V5 1v1 Duels and just kicking them down. It's not letting anyone take that spot. Oh my goodness. Seavark is going to be playing out the Frost Mage. That's interesting. We don't really see a lot of Frost Mage for PvP. Let's see how it works though, right? Let's see how we do, boys. And when looking for the reset, what is the Shaman healing? Lay on head. Yo, they've nerfed the Shaman healing too, by the way. Except they nerfed it too, so it's pretty nutty, huh? Seawark landing a poly, going for the Blizzard. Very, very slow play with Win. Just trying to root him out. Win breaking the roots immediately, trying not to get slowed down too hard. Blizzards are out for Seawark. I think he's trying to make it harder for Win to close the gap between him and Seawark. Pet this Elemental on the side too. He actually put the Elemental on the side, letting the pet kind of auto attack and win. No, he's actually pulling it back, trying to give him any cheat whatsoever. Oh my goodness. And that's going to be full roots for Seawark. Win, going for the in-cap, at least delaying some damage out of Seawark. Ring of Peace doesn't really stop Seawark. Going to be yet another root and a port for Win with the Blizzard around the corner. And Win trying just to see if he can walk out of it. For Seawark, he basically just wants to do as much damage as he can to Win without having to fight him. The more damage he can do while he's away, the better. He's going to go for that Shimmer into a root. Win breaks it. That's going to be ultrasound for Seawark. Is that ultrasound going to be enough in Elixir? Does he just die in there? Trinkets. He actually had to trinket. He had to trinket just to make sure he doesn't die, because the monk damage is just something out of this world. Going to be Diffuse Magic for Win. Actually reverse mirrors back to Seawark. That Diffuse feels like a cheat code. The whole Covenant ability, now it's sitting on you. Oh, you put a debuff on me? You take it. No backsies. The monk is survivor, dude. Not only is he surviving, but he's also pumping. Just non-stop. Bone Just Brew monk is basically broken. I don't want to call it broken or busted. I feel like that's overused too often. But it's basically broken. BDBs and boobsy work over there. BDB boob, dude. BBBB. BDBB. I'm trying to make acronyms here for some of the damage he does. No, interrupt onto Seawark. As he's just trying to pour it out of the way. Does get a shimmer off. Now it's going to be a flesh cap interrupted. The Seawark trying to see if he can Dora shadows around towards Win. Actually, he does get himself line of sight instead. And Win does have a little bit of line of sight that he might need to run through Blizzard. The Seawark were to establish one. Lexiup onto the mage. Is that an ice block? Potentially could be. They're riding Sun Kick. Oh, and that's an ice block. That actually was really close. If only Windows did 5, like with variance of 5% more damage, 5% less damage, he literally could have just got a one shot there. He just got unlucky with the variance. Unless, imagine if he had just a little more damage, there, just 5% more. I feel like that's all the Seavark really had is 5% of health left. Win with the massive jabs to cover the distance. Fist of Fear flying roots again. Poly onto Win. It looks like Seavark actually just wants to bail out. Is going to get the shimmer. Win able to recover health in full. But I think for Seavark, it's a lot better to polymorph Win and keep him at bay. And try to avoid all these pets as best as he can all at once. So that's going to be Frozen Orb onto Win. Seavark try to go for a Shadow Melt. Try to dodge Win if possible. That's going to be another Ice Block. While Win is able to recover. Win Wanker so far is doing just fantastic as a monk in these duels. Just absolutely fantastic. Doru shadows up for Seavark, getting interrupted on it. Does have a triple shield, but Win with that Rising Sun kick just takes him out. That is so tough. Still at least got image, mirrors on him. So Klingy might be able to utilize his mirrors to, because Win is going to get counter aggressive for sure. That's a tough matchup. I don't know if a Frost Mage ever is supposed to beat a monk too. That is also worth considering. I don't know if a Frost Mage is ever supposed to beat a monk. Arcane, Fire, I feel like it's a whole nother story. Frost, I'm glad that Frost got some buffs on 9-1, but I think they need more. I don't know what they need, but they need just a ton more. May make Ice Senses hit a lot harder. Big Fist of Fury onto Klingy off that burst with a Karma. It looks like Win is just committing everything. Klingy going for a Shadow Meld. Win looking for that recovery, and so is Klingy. No more Flash Cap for Klingy. And Win getting that Flash Cap at 79% dampener. Klingy at no health whatsoever. Can he somehow recover? Landing the stun to Win. Human Racial up. And Klingy at no health whatsoever. And Win! I mean, it's in his name. Who wins? It's in his name. He's here to win. 1v5 into that deep dampener. Big old kicks. Big kicks. This man stretches on the regular, dude. On the regular. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one up and running. I think it was supposed to be Bald in Chicago next, yeah? Jim Shula, dude, what is going on with Win? Impressive monk. I think he did pretty good. I don't know if a Frost Mage is ever supposed to beat that, though. Yo, Frost Mages, can we give him some more love in PvP, Blizz? Just make Ice Sense and do like 50% more damage in PvP. Call it even Stevens. Remember when Frost Mages had the build where you couldn't break Novas to damage? So they would run that Legate so they could Nova somebody. 40,000 damage in one global, there we go. Yeah, it is a lot of damn. That might need to think about like what's going on there. I'm tuning for PvP. Like, burst is fine, but like, damn, dude, come on. That's crazy. He'll just incap you, stun you, you trinket it, he'll reset, come back again when you have no trinket. BDB, not even images, I was gonna say, you need images, but as we saw with the duel, he just had a full Fist of Fury, Rising Sun Kick, Whirling Dragon Punch, and BDB proc just committed. Hello everyone, hope your day is good. Cranio, what's up? G, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. What's up, Dan the man? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Well played. Seavark played really well, honestly. I gotta give you credit, dude. You played that really, really well. Chicago, Bald. Let me know when y'all ready, boys. They should nerf from Walker damage and give them more survivability. More survivability? Maybe. I don't think they want to go for more survivability route, though. I think they said they want to make the games deadly. So I don't think... Wait, no, mind? Ah, Chicago. We'll wait. Yeah, I guess, like, I don't know. I think they're trying to go in the opposite direction. Because what is that? The skill. If you guys seen that skill cap video on arenas, I didn't know the games were that quick. And apparently in Wrath of the Lich King, games were like really bursty, insanely bursty. And since then, they've been heading in a more defensive direction. Since Kata, and then they gave players even more defensive tools and more defensive tools. And then they were like, all right, everybody's defensive, no one's dying. Let's implement dampening. Another game's are dampener games. I kind of like that the games are faster, but I feel like they need to just maybe tone down the damage of this guy slightly. Keep the games quick, but tone it down slightly. Because they're trying, I think, to make it back to like how the games were deadly. But honestly, if I had to choose a game where nobody dies versus people actually dying them, they're too fast. But if you had to choose, like if you had to choose extremes of no one ever dies, everybody lives forever, to players are dying constantly, I think players dying is better than no one ever dies ever, in my opinion. It was a slugfest. Dude, yeah, I didn't know the Wrath games were that quick. You know? Like, Thon, in your opinion, do you think Shadowlands arenas are quicker or Wrath of Lich King arenas are quicker? Because if it's described as a slugfest, which one is faster? Any of you guys have played Wrath? Do you think Shadowlands PvP is faster or Wrath of Lich King was even faster than this? You know? How's Elite Shaman PvP currently? They're really good. They're pretty good. Yo, flexing, ball. Let me know if you guys can do out of group, my dude. In Chicago, whenever you get a, I don't know how many you have. How many do you got in Chicago? Let me know, fam. Yeah, because I didn't know. Wrath was definitely quicker pace. So current game is really fast. Wrath was even faster. Huh. Wrath was a lot faster. Army Wrath was OP. So I'm wondering, like, people complain about the game is super fast, but it's like, well, there was a whole... We got 5? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, we're waiting for Chicago to get a 5th and we'll be good to go. And then we'll queue Nexus, Flexing versus Chula. Is Flexing still on his Survival Hunter, or did it swap people? Let me do this. Let me bring it up. Still Flexing. Okay, I'll just keep it up here. I think they should have made Kata a lot better. Things would have been saved then. Cataclysm? I feel like... I mean, they made the choices they did in Cataclysm. I don't really think there's a point of dwelling on it. I don't think there's really a point of dwelling on Cataclysm at this point. It happened. Need one alley? Yo, boys, we need one more for Chicago and we're good to go, boys. And we're good to go, boys. Tokyo down here. We chill up here. Kata was fine. I remember a lot of people complained about Kata. It was my first expansion, so I can't really say much bad about it. I was a noob. I didn't really know that much about game mechanics. Like, I didn't understand the game in depth like I do today. And even today, I just call myself halfway decent. So, like, back then, I was new, fresh. First time playing World of Warcraft. I barely understand the mechanics. I barely know all the classes' masteries, right? So it was like fresh, wide-eyed. I don't really know how things properly work. I don't know how to min-max a class. And for me, I can't really say anything bad about it because everything was exciting and fun for me. But looking back, I remember a lot of people didn't really have that good of an experience with Kata. Like, things were fun in times, but yeah, some things people like, some people things didn't. I'm hoping on, yeah. Kato's fine ammo, yeah. Like, everybody has a different opinion, right? Like, some people thought Legion was the worst expansion WoW has ever had, and there's people that actually think WoW was better than Legion, which is insane. No, seriously. Like, I remember if nobody remembers playing early Legion, people were literally like, "Wow, this expansion is worse. Give me WoD." Unironically, it was like, "Wait, you gotta be kidding me!" And I was someone that played WoD, dude. Oh my god. I think WoD was better than Legion, specifically about Miles. Oh, I don't know. I didn't think either one was really all that good, amazing in PvP. I think I would prefer Legion PvP better though. I like the class changes, the dynamic I think was different. I didn't like the scaling, but like if Legion didn't have scaling, I think it would have been just fine in my opinion. That's just me though. WoD PvP was like, it wasn't amazing in my opinion. It was bog standard. Maybe that's why some people miss it, just because it was like gearing was simple. Like, it was simple. But then you had dumb things like a 12-second stun from combat rogues. You had things like a 12-second stun from combat rogues. I think any expansion lets a rogue stun for 12 whole seconds back to back. I don't know. I can't really say much good about that. Like, just on that alone. I feel like it fails in basic concepts in that regard afterwards. Like, what? Who let that happen? And that was my spec too. Like, I had fun with it, but looking back, I'm like, 12 seconds. What? Twitch. We got ourselves Team 2 together with Astro, and looks like Klingon is going to be first up. Clinging on. Looks like actually Astro is going to be the one clinging on for Dio life as the bleeds are rocking him down, dropping down the big A-bomb, the grippy hand. Oh look, the grippy hand definitely has an effect to it. It definitely has a, or is it something else that's caused him to do AoE explosions like that? Is it the grippy hand that does that? I don't even know. It definitely has some kind of an extra effect going on. I don't know what it is. What is that AoE? He's playing like a full army build. He got the gargle over there. He got the A-bomb. He's got the full set. He got the full show. He got the full zoo. And Klingy trying to see if he can get an opener onto Astro. Unable to. The gargle. Does that thing even do damage? Does that thing even hit for anything? It's hitting for like Ras. And there goes flying away. It's funny that it does fly away. Like the original one. And Astro just melting. Jesus, what is that? What just happened? It felt like Asher just had the biggest burst I've ever seen. The biggest burst with the full army and everything, and Klingy just a silent killer with the bleeds. Hitman gonna be up next. Over on Team 2. Playing Celerity, so that's gonna be very interesting. BDB, Celerity, and Zuen. I'm actually very interested how that's gonna go. Does he have any cooldown reduction for Celerity whatsoever? Or is he just like full one-shot Celerity burst? BDB coming down, potential leg sweep. Is that going to be full burst? Not going in for Celerity or anything. He's just doing damage with the Fist of Fury right afterwards. Klingy going to bear form, trying to see if he can get out of it. Spinning crane kick, and Hitman actually just doing all the damage without even popping cooldowns. Interrupted Klingy. That's going to be a flash cut up and running. Hitman just trying to see if he can fight right through it. Flash cut is giving him quite a bit of DR. And then he's also recovering for Klingy. Zuen is out in full force. And Hitman, I think, is just trying to see if he can end the duel pretty quickly. Bashed by Klingy. Should be able to get himself a bit of a reset. That's a full flash cut that just got burned through by damage. Hitman still holding on to Zuen. That's going to be Ring of Peace to try to keep Klingy kind of near this pillar, or at least give him less ways around the pillar. Big dragon kick towards, or serpent kick towards Klingy, catching him in Fist of Fury, trying to see if he can slow him down, staying right on him. He's running the legendary where Tiger Palm just kind of zooms him to the target. So he's not even letting Klingy get a breather. Klingy is going to need some kind of a CC to heal at some point. Friends and regen is up, but he might need some regrowth. Quite a lot of healing regen that's just used. Was that also a Friends of Regen emergency healing, or was that just impressing the ability? Barkskin up for Klingy, just trying to see if he can survive the quick roar into Hitman, trying to go for Cyclone. And Hitman actually could have just hit with an intro. That roar broke a little bit early. Just a slightly early break, but he already was like, you know what? I'm going to get roared, full Cyclone. I'm just going to take my hands off my keyboard. He actually could have landed an interrupt. But Hitman is at least able to get a full flash cuff Klingy, get himself at least some sort of reset. Just hanging by the wall as far away as he can from Hitman for a second there. Oh my god. Gargoyle was healing the enemy, but cool new animations. It was healing the enemy. Yeah, seriously, Gargoyle, I feel like they're just gonna buff up the Gargoyle. And what if they took away maybe, I don't know, that whole runic reducing runes to make the Gargoyle do more damage? I understand the playstyle, but I like for PvP, maybe they should just add it so it's just a pet that just is in and does damage on a 3-minute cooldown. Big damage on a Klingy, that is for Serenity. BDB burst, does Klingy survive it? And Hitman get it for 2 Rise of Sun Kicks and a Fist of Fury. I think it was a Rise of Sun Kick, Fist of Fury into Rise of Sun Kick. That was just the most damage you could do. Actually the most. Arrowless getting hit with an in-cap. Gonna be Fist of Fury locking him down. Kid shot onto Hitman. The monk has a trinket if he needs to use it. Arrowless is just trying to see if he can max the damage. Karma, as Arrowless is going to throw Hitman into a blind. Does he go for the full reset though? Or does he go for a sap reset? It looks like full reset. Behind the pillar, flash crafting and everything. While Hitman is at least able to recover a little bit. Also to note, Hitman is playing unless that's a meme, he's playing with a 2-hand build. Is there some sort of advantage of celerity as well as a staff, because he's not 2 one-handers. You can see a staff in his back, unless it's like a toy, or maybe he kind of messed with his mog to look like a staff. Shackles of Malediction. Hitman is going to break it with a diffuse magic, getting interrupted on a cast. That's going to be short stun. Fist of Fury locking down Arrowless. And Hitman with a leg sweep. Bone does bruise up. Hitman minding the defensive. It looks like Arrowless just shrinks through that leg sweep. Just continued the onslaught of damage while Fleshcat was up and just finished him off. With Lazy Kitty going to be up next. Kidney shot onto the cat immediately. Arrowless going for the reset. Potentially maybe a sap on Lazy Kitty. Does he go for it? No, it doesn't even peek out. Maybe he didn't have a full 6 seconds worth of stun for that one, but he does at least get a reset. If any dots are up on him, Fleshcat is absorbing it, keeping Arrowless out of combat. Or at least keeping them from taking damage, taking them out of stealth. Lazy Kitty get hit with a sap, at least in cat form, even though that is still a full Fleshcat. It is so tanky right now. Maybe this is where Arrowless is going to wait it out. Maybe wait for TDs. Another stab, but the bear form is already up for Lazy. And potentially Lazy is just going to, after the first go for Arrowless, get himself another full Fleshcat. Potentially. That's going to be kind of a tough matchup. Over on the team 1, we might as well introduce the boys. Seaward going back over with the Arcane. We got Pauses in here as a Feral Druid, as well as Chicago. More of that enhancement action. On the other team, the dudes that are left is going to be Flexic as well as Fairlek. Because usually I'm so late to introduce these guys, I just gotta save them for later. Or sometimes not even introduce them at all. Get a shot of Lazy Kitty barking up before even the flesh cut pops. He's trying to, I think, keep the flesh craft on for as long as possible. Kitty form is up. Airless has a flesh craft of his own, trying to really slow Lazy Kitty down. Shadow step it as the cat leaps in. Ursos is going to give the rogue close by. Cloak of Shadows comes out with it. Cheap shot onto Lazy Kitty, at least just to peel him off. And Airless does have a blind. He's going to use a blind here. Flesh craft is up. Lazy Kitty could trinket it. He actually does have stun DRs. Actually wouldn't be stunned by a Kidney Shot or anything. It looks like Lazy actually in bear form get a reset. Flash Cap. Does Airless stop it? He just chooses against it. He's like, you know what? I need to reset myself. I need cooldowns. He is getting a full Flash Cap. It would be nice to go fully interrupted, but it's just not happening. At least for the time being. Just not happening. That is rough. He's going to have to reopen onto Lazy Kitty with a Shadow Strike bashed by the Druid. Cat form, potentially big damage coming up. Looks like he's just going to go for cat form for a second and then peels right back in bear. Peels right back at the bear. Sees Airless far away. Cat form. He can kind of attack it from safety. Bear form to charge in, root him in place. Stay in the bear while evasion is up. Thorns is up and Airless is just going to either have to hit him to Thorns or just get auto attack and mauled by the bear. Shield no longer lasting. Does get himself a bit of a reset. Ursos is going to keep him out in the open. Lazy Kitty back in that bear form. Another reset for Airless. And Lazy could pick up the eye. So far, he's been able to deal with the rogue quite well, at least for now. Airless has cooldowns back up. Defensives are down. Still has to burn through a full flesh scout. And Lazy Kitty is still holding on to Trinket. This is going to be really tough. NA, yes, this is an A update. The duels are up Friday for EU, Saturday for NA, from 5 to 7 p.m. East Coast. I think starting 11 CEST EU. Friday? Starting 11 CEST? I could be wrong on that one, though. I'm not really super familiar with the time zones for EU. But I think somebody told me it's 11, so I've been going with that. On Fridays, though. Airless taking a bit of damn, though, having to go for advantage as Lazy Kitty popping over full cooldowns. Airless potentially maybe Fleshcraft. Maybe Fleshcrafting. As Lazy Kitty is out in the middle. He's in resell. Airless knows the cat is looking for him. Does he have any dots on him right now, though? Does he have any bleeds? He still has some sort of a bleed. Trying to get away from Pillar. Trying to predict where Lazy Kitty might be. The Ursus keeps him in place. Somehow Lazy Kitty was caught out of stealth and goes in bear form as the Kidney Shot comes in. Airless at least gets over a Fleshcraft. Lazy looking for that reset potential. Oh, Sap in cat form. Cannot Kidney Shot him just yet. Airless cannot Kidney Shot him. He sapped him maybe a little early. Yep, now he's in bear. Fleshcraft, Battle Master's Trinket. He has himself the biggest Fleshcraft shield available. Man, Airless is going to have to go in. He's going to have to do damage, sustain damage into the Fleshcraft. Got himself Malediction, maim by Lazy. And Lazy still holding on to the Fleshcraft for now. That Shackles Malediction did some work. Kidney Shot onto Lazy. That's going to be a Bark Skin. Airless Cloak of Shadows just to burn through a Thorns. Finally burning through a Fleshcraft. There was just so much damage committed just to burn through a shield. Cheap shot onto Lazy Kitty again. Lazy Kitty just has been popped wall. There goes a bit of healing. No Friends of Region, just a rejuve. And a blind by Airless. This is trying to get the hell out of dodge. This man is just melting to the dots. Whatever shield is on him is the only thing that's preventing his health from dripping down. We are at 28% dampening too. So for a rogue, this is the toughest matchup I ever seen. The toughest one ever. 60k Fleshcraft and damp. Nice. That is insane how much defensive that is. That is such a big defensive. I think the only way to play against this is to be defensive yourself. Is to have some sort of defense yourself. Like, the only way to beat that is to be tanky yourself. So, even if they do damage to you, you just kind of tank that damage. It is so rough, though. The only way I'm able to deal with Pharaohs is a 1 minute cooldown on evasion. And you just pop evasion, and then you rotate through cooldowns, and you get evasion back up with cooldown reduction with a float like a butterfly PvP talent. That's the only way I can deal with a Pharaoh. It is rough. You basically have to be tankier than they are. Extra stam, like 20% more stamina than a Pharaoh. After like a little bit of combat, I think it's like I want to say it's like every 3 seconds you get a percent, and it's 20. So like about, is that a minute of combat? There's no way. I don't think it is. That'd be kind of crazy. But that's all I can do as an outlaw is double evasion it. With their evasion on minute CD. Lazy Kitty getting Kidney Shotted. Airless trying to make the most damage happen. Barson is up on Lazy. Potentially she has a defensive Frenzy Region. Looks like the Frenzy Region is active, but a 35% dampen is reduced. That's going to be Airless with a trick advantage as Lazy Kitty looking for a reset. Thorns are up, so Airless is not looking to go out there and do damage. And there's another Fleshcraft. Man, every 2 minutes. Airless. The thing is, he can't play sustained damage here at all. He has to wait until some cooldowns are up. He can't just go out and just do sustained damage to Lazy Kitty. If he somehow could just stay in sustain, then I think he might be able to do something, anything. But he literally cannot. He literally cannot, which is super, super unfortunate. Trying to get some pressure with the Shadow Strike sort of Lazy Kitty. Cloak of Shadows and Invasion is up. Cheap Shot right after. Trying to do whatever he can. Blind is available. He could blind Lazy Kitty. Maim onto Airless. I think the bleeds are in blind as Lazy Kitty trinketed. He doesn't even dare to burn a trinket. Actually just doesn't dare. Still holding on to a wall. He's gonna need that wall for like that when the game into 90% dampening, honestly. Can Airless somehow come back? Barskin is up, trying to make the most damage. That is a DR for Lazy. Gets a shield in there too, with a slime shield. And Airless try to go for the Shackles of Malediction. Quick maim. The bleeds are in. Fear onto Lazy Kitty, but he doesn't stop him at all. The bleeds have already set in. The bleeds already did the work. Chicago charging out, 43% dampening. Does get a static link totem onto Lazy Kitty, just dropping down the electric fence. The cat has nowhere to go. That's going to be a full chain harvest onto Lazy Kitty. Did have a pre-wall ready for it. That's an Earth Elemental, Ghost Rose, and Dot taking down Lazy. Maybe Chicago can make something work off this. Thorns is up for Lazy, trying to see if he can purge him. And that's going to give Lazy an opportunity to at least get a reset with our Ursos. That Earth Elemental is at least going to keep him in combat. Cyclone to Earth Ellie. And Chicago does get to close the gap. Lazy with more mobility. Chicago tried to slow him down. Lazy just power shifting out of it. Going for a reheal. Cannot get a re-stealth, or at least a clean one just yet. Lazy at least trying to get some dots in onto the lip. Chicago going to be a trinket wall as the full bleeds are coursing through the skin of Chicago. Just trying to make sure he doesn't run on empty of health bar by the end of this duel. Better to wall this burst as early as you can, because the healing, you're not going to be able to just out-heal the damage. Bar set up for Lazy. Quick movement Chicago with the route to follow. Chicago, unless he has a way to break it. At least there's Ghost Rose and Earth Elemental attacking the Flesh Cut. Interrupt the Flesh Cut towards the tail end. The Cyclone into that grounding totem. Lazy Kitty could try to go for the Recyclone again. Thorns are up. Chicago is going to need to spend mana to remove it if they want to have an easier time dealing with him. Static Link doesn't quite catch Lazy Kitty in place. And the Feral should be able to catch a reset. Chicago's at least able to keep him in combat, but the Ursos is going to separate the two. Chicago with no wall for a while, no opener, but Lazy Kitty trying to get full bleeds. Maim on Chicago. I think it's over. And I think the cat just taking him out. Jesus. Is it Shivark next as Arcane, or is it Pauses? Looks like Paw might be next. Yep. Gets a full bear, flesh cap, everything available as Lazy looking for the reset. 13 minutes into the duel. 35% dampener, boys. And Paw opening up onto Lazy Kitty with a big old stun. Bash back onto Paw. And Lazy Kitty go for Cyclone Trinket. Skull Bash, just trying to see if he can get aggressive here. That is a trinket used by Pauses. Lazy Kitty dodges the shackles because Paw line of sighted himself just a little early. Lazy trying to see if he can get himself any kind of health recovery. He needs a flesh cut or something to live this. He literally needs a flesh cut. I think it's over. Quick roar by Paw. Lazy gets himself more regrowth, leaping away. Get himself even more self-healing. Does he go for the big flesh cut? Potentially. Maybe. Swiftman is up. Just trying to maintain himself as best as possible. Big healing. Still rolling. And actually able to get away from Paw in bear form. Does he go for flesh cut? Does he? No, he doesn't. Just staying a cat from as best as he can. Got himself a self-heal. Oh, but the bite closes out. It was so close. I think he was trying to find himself a break for a second. He's trying to find himself a break for just a minute. My goodness. Fairlick is going to be up next. Has not gotten a Hunter's Mark on the Paw just yet. He is in camo. Looks like Paw just going to wait out. Oh, there goes a Prowl. If Fairlick could maybe have flared him out or at least put a Hunter Mark on him. Try to drop down the traps in case that's where the Pharaoh's at. And Flare, there's... I mean, if your traps didn't catch him, I don't think the flare would catch him either. But at least he tried. At least he tried. Because maybe he's like, wait, maybe my traps just missed him by a pixel. Let me try flaring. Oh, okay, he's just gone. All right. Yeah, Paw, it was a good idea for Paw to reposition. Paw basically has to sit in cat from stealth unless he knows where the hunter is. He needs a flesh craft in order to make it easier for a fight for him. But popping out a flesh craft and getting interrupted on it would be a really, really bad situation. The action defensive is going to be helpful. Trying to crowd across the middle. Fairlick isn't exactly just throwing flares around either. He's just kind of looking for him. Could pick up the eye, flesh cut up. Fairlick not even looking at Paw. Did he realize that the druid got a full flesh cup? I don't know if he did. Maybe he still thinks the druid is somewhere in this pillar. The camo comes down and Paul opens up, full flesh cut available, full bleeds are up onto Fair. He's just gonna take a lot of damage. Stun onto Paul's trick inside of it, freezing trap, stopping the kitty in its wake, but Fair breaks it pretty quickly on. Feign death for a moment, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Paul disorients all those pets in the back, so Fair doesn't even have backup of damage. Has full cooldowns rolling, trying to go for that Ventier setup. Fair at least CC onto Paul, another freezing trap and at least reset him, but Fair I think is not in a position to. Yep, it's just over. The bleeds are in. The bleeds have set. Unless someone gets himself a self-heal of some form. Moonfire spam, and that's all Paul needs. Flexing is the last one left. Can he shut down the kitty cat? These feral druids, dude. These Necrolord feral druids have turned everybody into their own scratching posts. Literally every person. That's not a hunter. That's just another scratching post. Let me just sink my claws in. They're just having fun. This is literally just a side activity for them, dude. They're not even like looking at it as some mad competition in a duel of the ages. They're just like, you know what? I just need to sharpen my claws a bit. Come here. You got all that metal armor. Let me sharpen it against you. Flexing, sitting out in the flare, just waiting for the inevitable beast of death to come and approach him. Literally a beast of death. What does Clash do? I haven't played Shadowlands. You channel it and it makes a shield. The more you channel, the bigger that shield. And you can also get conduits or covenant traits or soulbind traits that can amplify it. Like Marileth soulbind, one of the traits. While you channel, you're immune to CC. You can't be interrupted though. But while you channel, you're immune to CC. And if you finish channeling, like Boss is doing, if you finish channel fully, then you'll actually be immune to CC if you finish channel fully. Another one gives you more health while you channel. Another lets you move while channeling. And every time you walk next to a body or every single corpse that you walk near, it actually reduces the cooldown of Fleshcraft. So in like PvE scenario Mythic Pluses, like in dungeons, if you use Fleshcraft, slay a bunch of mobs, you'll have a less than a 2-minute cooldown. Big damage onto Bosses. Shackles as he's taking the cat for a walk. Bosses under a lot of pressure. Walling this off. Is that going to be enough? Frenzy regen into the Fleshcraft. Gets a stun onto Flexing. Flexing trick inside of it. And it's going to be a kill shot of Flexing. Barely survives it. Mending bandages at least able to remove the bleeds. Cannot heal at 82% dampening. And Seaver just backpedaling in there. Slowly but surely, giving Flexing as much of an opportunity to get himself at least some sort of self-heal. He's given him as... And what's the note here? Seaverk is not running a triple shield legendary. He's not running a triple shield Lego. So I wonder what kind of legendary is he running. Flexing at least able to get another mending bandage. 84% dampening. Healing is useless. Exhilaration. If Flexing gets it, you better use it as soon as you can. 19 minutes into this duel. Dropping down the steel trap onto Seavark. It is going to make sure to get a Hunter's Mark on him. So for Seavark, it's going to be a little bit harder to invest. Trying to land a poly onto Flexing, unable to. Missiles onto the pet, stun onto Seavark. Does he just trigger this early? He's just taking a beating and not going to be able to heal much of it. Has an invis to maybe go for defensive. Icebox used really early with the shot him of the invis. Flare almost catches Seavark out. I think he's just trying to go for the big one shot onto Flexing. Flexing does not have a trinket, so I guess that is an advantage for Seavark. That is one advantage that he has. Thanks for you guys, appreciate it. No problem, my guy. Yeah, it used to be really weak, but then they made it so while you channel, you reduce damage by 20%. So it became really good. It used to be not good at all. It used to be kind of worthless. But now you can use it for like boss mechanics, like if the boss is gonna hit you with something really hard. Arcana Sphere set up by Seavark. Does he go for the big one shot? Trying to make it happen. Now back to Flexing. Ultra time up for Seavark in case he gets low. And is able to maybe make some damage happen here. But that's going to be Turtle Shell for Flexing. Seavark just needs to find a way to deal with the pet. Try to see if he can door shadows towards Flexing. Is able to kind of reach him. Market misses flying barrage. Anyone's game. Flexing with a flanking strike at the very end. Anyone that got a global there was going to win. And Flexing just had that flanking strike with that pet. All both just committing damn. That could have been anyone's game. That was way too close. At that high dampening too, dude. Man. With these pharaohs, dude. The game just went for so long, the dampening got so high. Damn. Now, boys, you guys are early in the chat, literally just before the duel. You were saying, man, the games are way too fast. Do you want arenas and BGs to be this long with pharaohs? What if everybody will have the survivability of a pharaoh? Boys, What if everybody had a survivability of feral? Would the games be better? Because I don't think you guys enjoyed how long that duel lasts against druids. They're just living forever. What if everybody were like that? You know what I mean? This is why I prefer the faster paced meta of people actually dying rather than they're living forever. I guess in a feral case, they are also doing a lot of damage, but are living forever. So maybe they could tone down the damage by like 5%, but keep it fast-paced meta. I think I'll be okay with it. I think I'll be pretty okay with it. You have the tanks go last? Fair enough. They are tanks. True, that's true. They are literally tanks. The guardian druids. They're not feral druids. I don't give feral that much survivability. Well, so feral don't actually have more survivability than others. They have wall, they have a bark skin, and self-healing. It's just a flesh scaft in bear form with the battle master trinket. Everything increases your health, and then flesh scaft, the more health you have, the bigger your shield, because it takes 40% of your health as a shield. So it's just on top of all that. And then you have a slime shield with Marileth that whenever you get 50%, it's a small shield. I mean, it procs like every 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Because I don't really know, unless they do something specifically for feral and flesh scaft interaction so it doesn't benefit bear form outside of guardian. I don't really know what else they could really do about it. I think it was the only thing they could do. Yo, Chula, are you ready, my friend? Are you ready, Chula? Because we got you versus flexing. I think Chicago and Chula already played, but flexing you guys can go. Can you get Chicago's team again? I was gonna do Nexus and Chula, but if Chicago and flexing are the only ones ready, then yeah, we could do that. Chula, let me know when you're ready. That was a long one, dude. Bear form is more than enough IMO. Well, druids also don't like a lot of druids especially. Like sitting in bear as a defensive, it means you have to just sit in a form and you can't play your class. If you're a feral druid and you're I gotta play, I'm gonna attack bear form, and you're just walking around because you're like attacking, yeah, but like you're not doing full damage as a feral druid. I think what a lot of feral druids and a lot of other druids would like is to have some sort of defense while being able to stay in their form. I think being able to go hybrid, like bear form in a sense, I feel like should be like a cooldown, but then they should maybe give them like some baseline survivability outside of that. So they're not quite like bear form, flesh scout, live forever with friends and regen, but like bear form in a sense should be like a defensive bear form, like a minute defensive, like a bark skin in a sense, or like a minute pity. So you go into bear form, you get extra enhanced defense and maybe like some sort of a healing element. But like, so you're basically encouraged to stay in your form. Your feral druid, you encourage you to stay in cat form and do damage and heal or do whatever you can as a cat. Bear form, stupid conduit, and a seasoned BM trinket, just not fair. They also get an auto proc heal of 40% and make the class easy to play. It is a lot of procs, let's be honest. Prisma! My man! Yo, Prisma, can we get hashtag Prisma in chat? My guy! Yo, hashtag Prisma aesthetic! My dude, how you doing, my guy? Yo, are we not hearing anything from Chula? Otherwise, we'll go flexing and got 5. Chula isn't ready. Yeah. Chula, you still playing or not? We're ready or you bouncing? I'm asking, we ready or are you bouncing? I don't know if he has a 5-man or not. Dal doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I only play rogue, and I only play all my ults on a regular. I don't know what I'm talking about though. No. I don't. No, I don't. I'm just literally an idiot that hits my buttons all day. It's just dumb. The chains of Maledict don't eat shields. Just makes everything with a shield. You're in the hunter? Okay, cool. So Chile is Dunsky. So we can get Chicago. We can get Chicago in there. I don't know. I'm just going off of like feedback that druids have given in the past. Some druids don't like that you have to like sit like oh, I'm gonna attack. Okay, I guess I'll sit in bear form. Now I can't play the spec that I'm supposed to be playing. It's just dumb. The chains of Malady don't eat shields and make so I think they do eat shields. They don't put a necrotic on the shields. Shields is not healing, it's a preventative. So malediction does not reduce shielding. Maybe they could change it so it does reduce shielding, but malediction does damage to the health bar and necrotics the health bar. This is why, I mean, in the other fights like Veramarthus, I think. No, wait, hold on. Is it Very? I think it's Veramarthus in the raid of Legion. Veramarthus has a necrotic effect for damage, doesn't he? Is it Misery? Prevents all healing effects. This is where displays and monks end up having a shield, so they can at least like provide and support their allies. So I don't know, should necrotic effects work against shields? I guess that's a question of yes or no. Let's get Chicago flexing again. Let's get the boys back in here. Here to go. Thanks, man. Oh shucks, dude. Seriously though, Ian, hope you're having a good one, my guy. I'm just making some jokes here, my guy. I'm just trying to make content. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Those are fine. I'm talking about wild balance. Yeah, okay. For like a general wild balance. I don't know. Some of these classes do still have massive defenses either way. The name of the bear minds just got cute. Have a look at it. Yo, enjoy the bear form, my guy. Enjoy it. Unless Blizzard says something about their tuning in PvP in 9.15, enjoy it. But we'll see. We will see. I do wonder what kind of PvP updates they're gonna do for things. I wonder if they might make things a little bit less like certain tanky, because it doesn't even seem like the game is tanky. Just certain classes are tankier than others. So I wonder if they'll hit on those classes. And it's not even like all bursts is crazy. It's just like Windwalkers and maybe Beastmaster Hunters, just like crazy pressure. Oh, so maybe they'll just hit on those or something. Probably just Bleeding Guardian. Prove me wrong. You're not wrong. It is Bleeding Guardian. True. Switch. We got ourselves team 1 together with Amin as a shadow base chilling with Seavark as an arcade. First off, Airless at the back. We got Chicago, Clingy versus Hitman. Gonna be first up on team 2. We got ourselves Flexing. We got ourselves Fairlick. We got ourselves Astro as well as Lazy Kitty. Seavark get hit with an in cap as the Monk loading in a big BDB. Lexi was up. Big Serenity Burst. Seavark seeing Serenity hitting that polymer button immediately. And that's gonna be repoly as Hitman goes for a trinket. And Seavark trying to see if he can bow out of there. Another poly as Hitman ports. Wait, I think he literally caught him with a polymer as he ended in the port. That's actually kind of nutty. Sending a Zuen at Seavark, just letting him play with it. And that's going to be Zuen polyed. Here's a bear. Who's that polar bear? It's just a Zuen. And Seavark actually, I think, out of combat. So he can go for food. Actually just got out of combat. How much of polymer from the Monk of Zuen? At least he's reduces some of the damage he's taken. Big Arcana Sphere loaded up. Him and out in the airport with a Flesh Scout. Flesh Scout burned right through with a Karma immediately seeing big burst out of Seavark. And I don't think Hitman... Is he playing good Karma or is he playing Ring of Peace? I'm gonna guess Ring of Peace. Generally, it's Ring of Peace for all of them. As Seavark is able to get more missiles in it. Is he playing? He's not playing Triple Shield. He's playing the Big Burster one, boys. He's playing the Big Burster. The Big Burster. This is about to pop like a balloon. And Hitman is just getting barrage. Literally arcade barrage is sending him from the side to side. Seavark trying to find a better angle, maybe with a port as a Venthier. Unable to really do something with Hitman really just hugging that tombstone. Not letting the line of sight give him away at all. Trying to see if he can maybe juke down the middle. That's going to be a Flash Cap to immune. The Polymorph interrupt by Seavark in cap. As he finds himself kind of close to the mage. No more trinket for Seavark. Bone Dust Brew potentially? No, not even. Just Celerity. Bone Dust Brew coming in a little late. This is first up flying. Seavark gives himself a bit of a shield. Potentially Ice Block here. Trying to land a Polymorph. Ice Block comes out. That is full burst out of Hitman, who also has diffuse magic on him, so he's not even taking magic damage. Seavark really had to go for a full reset there. Alter time is up. Potentially could just get into melee of Hitman, at least get some charges, get some resources, try to get those missiles. Alter time is going to keep him alive and healthy. Just altering back to a good position. Try to see if he might be able to go for a shimmer blink around the corner, landing the poly. He does need a little bit of a build up with missiles before he gets the full burst, but he should be able to do that really soon. Let's able to mount up as Hitman pokes around the corner, wants to close the gap with Seavark, needs a better position. He kind of wants Seavark to come to him. Maybe he can roll in him with the in cap. That's exactly what he wants. Seavark back with a trinket, trying to land a poly onto Hitman. He is able to do so. That's going to be touching the Magi with a big Arcana Sphere. Karma is available for Hitman. Does he react fast enough? Big damage out of Seavark. Barrage goes through. The Karma comes in immediately. I don't think Hitman plays with the Ring of Peace. I think he's actually playing good Karma this time around. Spinning Cranky to try to get Seavark out of that invis. That is images. And looks like the Elixir on images was used. Hitman silences himself behind the pillar, trying to heal himself with the Smears of Torment. But is able to... Oh, he does play Ring of Peace, so he's not even good Karma. Okay. I was thinking he would use Ring of Peace this whole time on Seavark. I don't know why. But he's waiting now. Seavark actually landed a bit of missiles there for a second. At least able to get a little bit of procs. I feel bad for all classes except Feral is going against Arcade Mages, forced to RP walk. Well, I mean, even if Hitman's having to RP walk, it's still menacing, right? The real Hitman, like the from the Hitman games, like Blood Money, like that slow walk is menacing. Big damage to the Hitman. Seavark actually blasted right through him. Celerity as well as the wind is still in play. Big damage on the Seavark, trying to go for an invis. Barrage just to slow down the monk as best as he can, but the touch just goes through. That is a rough one. That's a full flash cut up for the monk now. He didn't even have that one against the mage duel. That is a tough matchup. I don't really know if he's supposed to beat that. What's up, Saint? How you doing, man? Hope y'all having a good day. Hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. Ring a piece against the mage. Well, I thought like he was gonna get try to run after him, and then as the mage trying to get around. I guess the mage can blink around the pink piece. Am I dumb? I thought it was actually gonna be a good move. Blink doesn't. Blink and sweep doesn't matter. With this game is fun. I wonder if maybe going for a more defensive play with the triple shield would have been better. Seavark. I don't know what the meta is for mages, but I wonder if just survivability would have been like the play, because I remember you used to play the triple shield and you would just raw people down. Paladins, all the hard classes. But I don't know, maybe if you were trying to make barrage work, maybe that's actually just better. It's just this guy didn't really seem like he gave you opportunities to even build missiles. You know? Fist of Fury flying. Chicago's in a bad spot. Last time we played against Hitman, it was a very sustained build of Chicago versus the bursty go of Hitman. So I wonder if anything changed. Chicago has the lightning shield, so most likely similar build as last time. Actually, no, it wasn't Hitman. It was another guy. So Hitman might, well, no, I was going to say Hitman might play aggressive, but look at how he played against Seavark. He played a very hit and run, but maybe Chicago is going to change up his pace. BDB up. It's going to be wall for Chicago immediately. As Hitman goes for full celerity burst. And that's actually Chicago. Turn the damage around to Hitman. It's going to pop a wall for that one. No cover for a while. Hitman might have overstayed his welcome with the Shaman. And Chicago's just on the chase. Ring of Peace trying to keep him at bay. Trying to swing around the corner on one side. That's going to be shackled, but the in-cap prevents the shackle to go through. And Hitman is still on the run. The totem, the chain link fence is keeping him in place though. Does Hitman have any more mobility? I think he's waiting for the karma. Does he have any more? Trying to see if his dragon kick, super kick out of there. Verify, intro. That's going to be Ghostos. Karma very, very soon. Very, very soon. Just a few seconds. Oh my goodness. He tried to play less of a hit and run build with Chicago, and Chicago lives in sustained damage. He lives in the constant combat. It's like a Fury Warrior of sorts. The longer he stays in combat, the angrier he gets, or rather, the more in favor the elements turn to him. Stone in Chicago while in Ghost Wolf. If he's running Ghost Wolf talent, which I think he is, I think it's a 20% DR when he's sitting Ghost Wolf while against Stone. So for Astro, he was popping off cooldowns. Like Chicago took no damage from the CDs. Was that all CDs from Astro? Am I deceiving me? Chicago had to go for a bit of self-healing. It's going to be Thunder Totem onto Astro. I think he tried to drop down Capacitor, but Astro did take it out of the game before the stun could come in. So Chicago is having to wait it out a little bit longer. Gonna get a slow into Astro. Astro focusing down these totems. He doesn't care what these totems are. He just takes them out immediately. Maybe this man will still have bursts to go through. That's Chicago catching up on a lot of heal. You blink, the man is back up at full health. You know? And Astro taking a bit of damage. He has more of a burst class, but in sustained gameplay, he's thinking, you know what? Maybe I could put some pressure on Chicago. Try to see if you can put him in a block of ice and break it. Gonna be a second stun off the Remorseless Winter. Hex getting interrupted. And Chicago potentially could make some damage happen. Even though he got interrupted on Hex, he still might have something to work with. He doesn't necessarily need access to nature spells. Astro making sure to sacrifice that pet. Chicago just trying to maintain the health the best he can. Blind on Chicago as Astro looking for the reset. Flash cut is up. So maybe, I don't really know if a DK can go for a hit and run build against Chicago. I don't really know if he's even allowed to. Got himself the grippy hand, potentially separated the birds. Going to be wall for Chicago. Trying to go for self heals. Astro has IBF if he needs to. Just putting grips on Chicago, keeping him in place. But Chicago self is just not going anywhere. While Astros is in a deadly spot. IBF is being used. Needs to build up a lot of runic power. Stone at Chicago. Let's get himself a breather. Trying to get this obliterates in. Maybe a Lichborn to go for Death Call spam heal. Shackles Malediction on Chicago, trying to go for a Hex onto the Death. AMS while Shackles is still up. Sunder breaking the Shackle. Chicago actually under a bit of pressure. He's going to go for a big heal. Stun onto Astro. Astro with no health whatsoever. Needs to Lichborn and maybe go for a self heal. If he hasn't used Lichborn, he might need to. Does have the full burst available with Pillar, but he's at no health whatsoever. Silence Chicago, but he knows he needs to make a play. He needs to get a melee. He needs to generate some resources. So staying away from Chicago is just going to be 100% guaranteed death. a death sentence. But also getting melee, Chicago just sustain pumps the damage. He needs him to get a melee. Stun on Chicago by the Beastmaster Hunter. Again, that flayed shot potentially could just hunt Chicago down and just sustain him out. This is even a better class for sustained damage. Well, for Chicago in particular, it's sustained because, well, Chicago's playing a sustainy build. Normally, enhanced shamans are big bursts. Gonna be static cling. Is keeping at least the pet away. He killed the main pet, keeping the other one at bay. Ferric, does he realize his main pet is gone? Shackles him addiction, breaking it with Sunder. Chicago can find himself kind of low on health. Wall available very, very soon. Ferric cannot kill command. He can't even empower his pets. I mean, if he's trying to, it's not gonna do anything. His main pet is gone. He doesn't have any mortal strike effect or nothing. He has the flayed shots, cobra shots, kill shots. But he's a one-man show. He thinks he's a marksman hunter. Cobra shots are doing a bit of damage. Don't get me wrong. And I think barb shot is giving him that focus regen. But that pet, dude, that's 40% of his damage just gone. Or about 40% of his damage. That's a significant portion just lost. Ferric find himself very low in health. At least some cooldowns coming back offensively. Maybe he can catch a camo. There goes a camo. Unless Chicago, looks like maybe one of the pets of the flame shock on him or something. Unless Chicago just came in and AoE'd him out. Ferric with a feign death for a moment, at least remove all the dots. Chicago. I think Chicago just waiting to maybe get some coolness for the next duel, potentially. Because Ferric, it's trying to swing around the corner. Bestial Wrath, trying to make some pressure. Chicago actually seeing some of that pressure. I think he's trying not to use a wall here. If he can help it. Big kill shots. Wait, Chicago could be a really bad spot. Wait, this is a Beastmaster going to just turn around? Oh no, don't tell me. Chicago at least maintained himself and heals 32% damage, but he still has some healing. Feign death, but Ferric, Chicago needs to get a flame check back on him as soon as he can. Whatever damage he can, Ferric just back it up completely. Oh my god, this Beastmaster Hunter almost made a return in Dammy. Let's see, he's gonna go for a camo, potentially. Chicago at least mounting up, trying to deny the paladin. Grounding totem on the freezing trap. Very well played. Chicago made sure that his approach is going to be safe. Big kill shots by Ferric. Stun onto Chicago. Ferric at no health whatsoever and does melt. Chicago did not have to commit too many cooldowns here. He's able to at least recover very quickly before the next guy. Lazy Kitty, the final frontier. Immediately trinkets to try to deny the Lazy Kitty big burst, walling off the big Dammy. And Lazy Kitty actually going to kill one of Chicago's totems. I don't really know which one, but he definitely did go taking down one of his totems. The ghost was on Lazy Kitty. Chicago is going to have himself the fight of the century. Lazy with the full fleshcraft up and running. But Chicago without a trinket anymore. This is going to be a really tough matchup. Lazy Kitty not even going for open or rake, just going in for a moonfire. Stuck in that, in the light, the chain link fence. And Chicago at least got himself an Earth Elemental, giving himself a little bit of health to work with. Shackles addiction does Lazy Kitty out of stun. He does have a way to break it. Does he have the damage here though? Chicago getting hit with the maim. Double stun. Could be really bad for the shaman. Needs healing. Not a lot of mana. I don't really know about Maelstrom either. Not a lot of mana, not a lot of Maelstrom. Potentially Sunder into a stun into Kitty. Chain Harvest gets himself a little bit of healing. Trying to turn the damage around. Trying to bring up the heat a little bit. Trying to get a heal. Actually getting Skull Bash in a heal. No! My goodness. That is a tough one, boys. Lazy Kitty just gets himself plenty of that tanking and survivability and pressure of damage. Just pressing his heals. There it goes, boys. Just pressing the heals. How on earth is Shammy so tanky? Amazing Shammy. Yo, he's trying to press as much heals as he can, but also the build he's playing is a little different too. He's not playing the Doom Winds Lego. So he generates with the build that he's running a lot of Maelstrom. Lazy Kitty, actually super low on health. Wall this off. Is Clingy just going to be able to take him out? Lazy Kitty with a wall, quick maim onto Clingy. Does he have enough survivability to lift as the dots? Looks like mostly have fallen off. Lazy Kitty got his mouth as much healing as he can. And might as well recover. Clingy, I am surprised Clingy isn't staying extra aggressive. I am surprised Clingy went for a reset. I think given Lazy that reset might have given him a win condition. Potentially win condition. Bash, super DR, Lazy though. As long as he has health, he's doing fine. He's not losing as long as he has a bit of health. Trying to land the Cyclone, gonna be an interrupt. Does he have a Fleshcraft? Battle Master can bear for Fleshcraft. And he's back, baby. He's back, ladies and gents. He's back in the action. And Clingy, this is why I feel like Clingy needs to remember next time you get someone low, especially if it's another druid. finish the fight. Just end it. Just end it right there. Don't give him a breather. Just end the duel. Lazy, though, trying to get some damage to the round. And Klingy did pop a wall. Lazy Kid is super low on health. Looks like Klingy was able to finish it. Even though he almost gave Lazy an opportunity to come back. Almost. Flexing, trying not to give this Druid an opportunity to catch a reset whatsoever. Just throwing in the most damage he's got. Blade shot is up, maybe kill shots to follow, getting those dots up, making sure the pet is doing work, kill shot around the corner, regrowths are up, but Klingy, not a lot of health left. The dots just could set him up, just barely recovered with his regrowths, and the kill shot just takes out all those regrowths at 56% dampening, all of them. But also the pet has a Mortal Strike effect, so there's that. Ah man, just gotta slowly floating towards Flexing. Wants to give a bit of an auto duel, unless he wants to get close enough. Are you wearing shoes? Let's see your toes right there. A little bit of a bow for the both of them. Ah man, and Flexing making sure to get that dot in there. Immediate disperse by Amin. I'm not sure if that was on purpose, but Flexing did pop cooldowns into that, so might have been a slight misplay by the Shadow Priest. Oh, I like his weapons. Look at that. He got a mutton chop in one hand. Big kill shot. I'm in trying to go mind games intro. Trinket intro by Flexing. And down goes Vinruki. Aeroless is up next. Aeroless at least walking to Flexing last time these two dueled each other in an honor duel. Aeroless was the one with no cooldowns, but now Flexing is the one with some CDs behind. So at least he's giving a bit of an honor duel. At least an honor duel. Just a quick wave and a quick bow. I like it. And Flex is at least given an opportunity to go behind the turned over cart, set up all his traps and everything. It's gonna be a hell of a game, dude. That Shadow Priest, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he just misclicked in the open with a disperse, but something melted him afterwards. That's unfortunate. I was actually excited to see a Shadow Priest play. That's big unfortunate. Gonna be Flexing, getting hit with a sap. Aeroless walking into the traps, but not triggering any of the freezing traps. His slime, though. Kevin getting frozen. Stun into Aeroless. Flexing, making sure to give himself some range. Going back close to melee with Aeroless, just kind of staying next to him. Wants to hang out by the card, though. He's just trying to give him some line of sight. Feign death real quickly with a turtle shell as he sees Aeroless commit a shadow step. And now the rogue will not have too much mobility. Flare, and the rogue is out in the open. The pet is chasing after him, Flexing, with the fact that Aeroless does not have a shadow step for like 15 more seconds. Could potentially make use of this. Looks like he's not exactly doing that, just putting traps under himself, forcing Aeroless to come to him with a trap sitting right on top of him. He wants Aeroless to walk in. Every angle of that cart is trapped up. Looks like Aeroless cloaks the shadows, walking through all of them. Kid the shot onto Flexing. He's just to take him out while dancing. Vanished by Aeroless. Flexing at no help whatsoever. I think it's over. And yep, the dots set in. Aeroless finally got a bit of a rematch in that regard. There we go, boys. There we go. What a duel, dude. What a duel. At least the cats didn't live forever. I was expecting it was gonna be like last duel with the cats live forever. For like a Mog, I'll do better next time, bro. Was that you, Clokey? Was that you, the Shadow Priest? Yo, I like the Mog. I like the weapons he had. What was in your offhand? I saw the mutton chop main hand, or maybe offhand. What was he on the other hand? Was it like a knife? That'd be hilarious if it was like a fork or something. Anyway, boys, 7-11. I think it's time for us to end the duels here. Had a lot of fun, dude. We had a lot of feral games today. A lot of just Necrolord feral games today over on the NA. But we did get Shaman games. We did get Monk games. That Monk Wind Wanker, dude, actually biggest bonus brew damage ever. Actually unbelievable. Great duel so much. I'm glad you joined it, my dude. Is that it now, or is there more on you, Dal? More in ya? Nah, I gotta get some food, dude. I gotta get some proper sleep tonight. I gotta get some PTR stuff done, so I gotta get work done. But also, I gotta do a lot of chilling, dude. I've been staying up into the late AM for way too long. I need to get my work done. I need to get my WoW character all stuff done. Get my, keys done for the week, dude. It's gonna be tonight and tomorrow, most like maybe tomorrow actually. Just take care of all that. A flare, just a spotlight. Oh, fair enough. We just ran through a flare. The flare, just spotlights. Yes, fair enough. Fair enough. I like it. I like it, bro. I respect the Hunter who was Chicago. He almost made a comeback, dude. I was pretty good. Gotta give him credit. Hey, Chicago, I think, was trying to play defensively because he knew, like, if that's a feral up next, mutton off, broken bottle. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I like that. You look like you look like maybe a potential like an angry patron at a bar or something. That actually looks so good. So good. But I think Chicago was trying to consolidate his cooldowns, not utilize them on the Hunter. I think it was like, yeah, I probably can win this. I could probably do something here. And he was trying to like avoid using them until the next guy. So then the Beastmaster found some burst, started blasting, and sustained damage almost turned around, dude. And I think Chicago was like, I don't want to give this man wall if I don't have to. I want to try not giving him wall if I can help it. Yeah, I was trying to say this. Yeah, so potentially would have forced CDS in Chicago. Hit a pretty big feeling that Feral was next. Yeah, you needed everything for that Feral. And even then, it's like, I need everything for that Feral. And even then, it might not be enough. You never know. My mog is based off you, by the way. Do I remind you of like a drunken barman? A handsome devil. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. That's very nice. Oh, I didn't know it was handsome. But it's better than damage. Yeah, there was a lot of damage. Beastmaster when they know what they were doing. Pirate? Oh, I like it. I like it. Ahoy. Ahoy. Alright, boys. Thanks so much. Appreciate all of you. You guys are super beautiful. Tomorrow is Sunday. Is day off. I'm chilling, getting work done, all that jazz. Monday, we're coming back. Maybe doing some PTR stuff. Yo, aesthetic, my man. Prisma aesthetic, my dude. There you are. Ooh, there we go. I feel like it's like a large. I love the spacing in your name, but it doesn't look that good on OBS. At least in my font setup. But I do like the spacing. It's just the gaps on my font doesn't look as good. You know what I mean? Harlem Sweetie, yo, bro, my dude. Can you guys believe it? They added me in World of Warcraft, bro. I was so glad they literally added me in World of Warcraft. Look at that, dude. They got my height and everything. Blizzard, I appreciate the homage. Can you believe it, boys? Yo, if you kill me in Freehold, dude, they even got my name right, dude. My name is Harlan Sweetie. That's a Harlan Sweetie. They got my however many chins he's got going on. Bro, look at this guy. Look at this man. Is that not a quality man or what? They got my height. They got the fact that I got no neck. They got my extra long, awkward arms, short feet. Bro, I even got that necklace in my drawer. How did Blizzard know? Boys, hopefully slay me plenty of times in Freehold. I got your mount, dude. Imagine not having shark bait by now. Kind of cringe, not gonna lie. Get your shark bait. It's literally easy content. Guys, see you today, yo boys. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate all of you. Oh wait, you guys didn't even get to see it. Wait, you guys didn't get to see Harlan. That's the Harlan. That's the necklace. Short legs, no neck, 18 chins. The hairline, dude. The hairline's of a fourth part. Alrighty, boys. You guys have a good one. You guys have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your Sunday. See you Monday. And hopefully we'll have a pretty big box for Tuesday and potentially update Wednesday for PTR, if not Thursday. But hopefully we'll get more updates. I got more PTR videos to work on. Thank you, boys. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you guys all next stream. Alrighty, peace.
do that for me? Yeah, I'd fly this whole world twice if I could be your paradise. We never say what we think, waiting for the perfect way.